I told you I'm coming for you, I'm coming through you, either way, it don't matter.
Welcome to another episode of Birdgang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Birdgang 31.
Hey, why they so mad at you? A cock to the distance, no, I'm the raddest dude. Plus the flow is on point and it's tactical. Don't hate my goose, gon' get after you. Don't feel bad for that dude. Leaving behind, girl, that's what you had to do. Lord, say this is not something for you. This is shit that got me going prehistoric. I'ma beat the people they been feeding for it. If you see the problems, I can ignore it. Dumping in the trenches, I've been bleeding for it. Go nuclear like you got nuke 'em. I rebuke 'em if they attack, then I juke 'em. Fuck 'em like Michael, I spook 'em. Hit 'em with the kitchen. I'ma bring it to the pessimist. Hope you niggas get the message. This is it for the pessimist. Killing demons like an exorcist. Passive aggressive is over. This shit for the soldiers and all of the warriors. Know that the battle is glorious. Until my whole team is victorious, bitch, I'm a monster. Bitch, I'm a monster. I'm saying, bitch, I'm a monster. If I snuck up in the bedroom and touch you while you sleep, you know it's me, yeah. I'm fucking with you, I ain't gonna get you out of this track. TCJ Mason. Niggas can't believe what I'm doing. I'm a man like a cat hoeing 9 lives. Summer 18, they squeezing the 9, 10 times. Sending these cats lost, but I'm staying hard.
What is up? What is up? Welcome, Eagle Nation, to another late night with Birdgang. I am your host, Birdgang 31. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. How is everybody doing? It is training camp. The boys are in the building and they're ready to get down. You know, I am excited. I'm ready to see what this Eagle team can put out there on the field, man. So, you know, this is going to be a call-in show tonight. So any team, content creator from any team or any fan for any team can come on and talk about their team's training camp. You know, obviously all Eagles are welcome. And, we're going to have some fun with it tonight. So let's see who can get on here tonight. StreamYard should be clicked to the top of each platform, whichever platform you are looking on. What up, Jinx Wolf in the building? How are we doing tonight? Drew Johnson in the building. What's up, my guy? What's up, Mrs. Birdgang, always in here supporting. Nina's in the building tonight. Yeah, man, it is exciting. Happy training camp. Exactly, man. It is time to see what this team, put together. We went the whole offseason. We made our wish lists. We finally came to agreement that we got the pieces that we need to be a successful football team this year. I don't see too many holes here on our roster to even worry about anything going into this season. I think it's going to be a very awesome season, and it starts tomorrow when we put the pads on, we get out there and practice, man. I really want to talk to you guys, see about how excited are you guys this season? Are you guys as pumped as I am? Because I think the Eagles are about to dominate the NFL, baby. I think Howie Roseman's on his way to winning GM of the year again, from pulling off the moves that he made this offseason, guys. It's time to give Howie his flowers. He's definitely earned them, and he's definitely deserving of them. So, that this team that he put together is amazing. It has a good mix of talent, young and old. And I think that, as long as Nick can keep these guys focused, and come with good game plans week in, week out, we should be very Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. What's up, Hunters in the building? Guys, don't worry. The internet will be fixed. I got a new plan. I got a better plan, and I'm just got to hardwire it to the studio. So, that's why I've been having some internet problems. My studio is concrete walls, and it's definitely affecting the podcast. But we definitely gonna get that fixed. But what's up to you, Philly Insider, man? Make sure you guys go subscribe to my boy Hunter. He is an amazing Eagles content creator. He puts out straight fire every time he gets on there, and he makes amazing, highlight, hype videos for the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't wait to see this year's. You got Philly Eagle 843 in the building. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that like. Yeah, Jinx Wolf. Happy birthday to you, my guy. Happy birthday, Jinx Wolf. Went to the beach with his boys. That's what's up. Had some fun. Yeah, sup, chat. She said, I'm so excited. Can't wait to 9/11. Exactly. First game of the season is going to be amazing, Nina. It's going to be amazing. I think, as much as I do want to say this, I do believe that, the Detroit Lions are a much better team than the Detroit Lions we played last year. I do believe that, and I want everybody to understand that. But I believe that the team that we got this year should be able to put it to any team in the NFL. Called the right game, without all the penalties, the mistakes, the injuries. I think every single team can get it this year. And I'm excited to see how it starts off here in training camp. It's going to be fun. What up, Scooby-Doo in the building? How you do? How you do, my guy, man? Thanks for all you guys coming through, man. I love all you guys, man. I do this for you guys. My schedule been a little bit tighter, a little less podcasting, but, training camp is here. And we're definitely about to get back into it full time. So much love to you. So like I said, the link is in the building. I'm gonna sit here and talk about our team all night, but the link is in the building. If you got anything you want to say about our Philadelphia Eagles going into training camp or anything like that, just go ahead and click the link and jump up on here. You know what I'm saying? All people are welcome. James, Drew, any of you guys, Hunter, if you want to come in here for a minute, ain't nobody seen your face in a while. All you guys welcome to come up in here, but I'm gonna get back to it. So like I was saying, we gotta give Howie his flowers. I'm really interested in just breaking down this team and seeing like each skill position. The Eagles still looking at backs. Obviously, we didn't pick up that guy Hardy, which everybody was getting a little pumped about. I really think Brooks should be a good power back. If he can learn his offense here and handle his business early in training camp. So I think that could be the power back everybody's wishing for. I know there's still a lot of fans out there that still want to see, Jordan Howard get brought back, but I've never been a Jordan Howard guy. You can't go 2 years in a row with a shoulder stinger and going out for 6 games. That's not cool. That's not legit. You see when Miles Sanders came back, his yards per touch definitely was a lot higher than Jordan's. So I think that we need to stick with the backfield we got right now, unless we can get a big name guy. You go get a Hunt. Latavius Murray even would be a nice compliment to Miles Sanders. Someone like that to help out with this running game. But I do believe Jalen Hurts is still going to be involved, maybe not to the capacity that he was before, but he's definitely going to still be involved. He's definitely going to be putting up some big numbers this year. So, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to see how this team's going to formulate. Everybody's worried about Hurts. Everybody thinks that, is he the guy? Is he not the guy? To me, Hurts has been the guy since he stepped on the football field. He's that leader that you want to lead your troops to battle, and he's definitely that leader that, can elevate a team to another level that you've never seen before. He made some pretty average players, play up to their highest abilities when he was in a game, just from his swag alone. So I'm definitely interested in seeing Jalen Hurts prove all the haters wrong. I believe if Jalen Hurts does what I believe he can do and what we all know he can do, and that's ball out this year, Jalen Hurts is going to be an MVP candidate. You add 200 yards, to 250 or something like that to his rushing, you got a 1,000-yard rusher. You add a couple more, touchdowns on there to maybe get him like 20, 25 touchdowns passing, 10 touchdowns running. At least 35, I say 3,800 yards to 4,200 yards, and somewhere in that range. And you got yourself a nice, as long as the interceptions are low and turnovers are low, you got yourself an MVP candidate. So don't be surprised if you guys hear that Jalen Hurts will be, MVP by the end of the season. I really believe it with my heart. I think, that he is that dude. And I don't think no one's going to be able to stop him this year. Now that he got everything he wants, his best friend on the team. He already had a buddy on the team with Devontae. Those guys looked good last year. I was looking at some of the numbers of some rookie receivers their first year, and Devontae broke our record, but it wasn't even that, it wasn't even that big of a season, but it broke our rookie record. But I was looking at a lot of these guys. DK Metcalf only had 900 yards. his first rookie year. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a good start for the duel, and then adding in a guy like AJ Brown. Like AJ is gonna be such a huge key. Hey, and shout out to Lord Bronson, man. I seen the tweets, I retweeted it, man. AJ Brown got his hurt season hats on. Salute to you, my guy. That's a huge move right there. You know what I'm saying? When you actually got players supporting your brand, supporting your business, that's always awesome. And a huge shout out to you. I had to throw it on a thumbnail. That was pretty fire for sure. He said low key about to call in. All right, then do it, Jinx. It's right there, baby. It's right there. You can hit the link as soon whenever you want to. I was listening to Dallas live stream just to see what they're talking about. Seems like they are more word than they left off to be. Yeah, man, I think Dallas is not going to be that team this year. Like it took a lot of things to happen last year to make the team the way it is. People have this season coming in as it was before. I think Parsons is going to be a good player. Like Diggs, is he going to have that many interceptions again? Probably not. The turnovers were just amazing for their defense last year. So I'm not saying they're going to be trash, but I'm saying I really feel like the Eagles should sweep the division. If they can do it last year, I feel like this team is better than that team last year. I know the difference in quarterback and Dax being more progressed than Jalen or whatnot, but I don't think anybody even understands how good Jalen will be this year. I think that we're all sitting here thinking, putting them on normal standards. There's nothing normal about our quarterback. There's nothing normal. Like, how many records have you guys seen broken by Jalen Hurts? How many times you seen first ever, when it's come to Jalen Hurts? I'm saying the record that he's made in his first 20 games. He looked better than all of the guys you guys compare him to. So it's like for anybody to even think they have a glimpse or even understand, what Jalen Hurts is going to be next year, then they're fooling themselves. None of us do. I don't even know what Jalen Hurts is going to do, but I do have a good sense of it. Think about it when he got benched in Alabama. Let's go back a little bit. He got benched for Tua. Next year he comes in, he wins. Next year he gets transferred. You know what I'm saying? When he got that adversity pumped high on him, what did he do? He went to OU and had one of the best quarterback college careers seasons ever. You know what I'm saying? He put up huge numbers. So to think that this guy's not about to show you guys that he is that man. He's not just off the field leader. He's not just in the locker room working out with linemen and doing showing leadership all across the board. Defensive players, offensive players, it doesn't matter. He is a straight beast, and he is going to ball out this year. You know what I'm saying? He's about to do some things that no quarterback. Like I really feel like you can't really compare Jalen. Like when I think about Jalen, I'll go like, in between a Lamar Jackson and a Russell Wilson, so I think that Jalen's arm can be a little bit better than Lamar's, but he's not as explosive as a runner as Lamar Jackson, but he doesn't throw as good as Russell Wilson, but I think he's a little bit better of a runner or scrambler than Russell Wilson. So, to be right there in the middle, I think we're about to see a whole new player. He's going to put his own stamp in his name. The rent is due, and I definitely believe Jalen Hurts will be paying rent all year long. You know what I'm saying? All year long. Like, there's no more missed payments like last year. Those missed payments added up and definitely added up in the playoffs. It's time for you to start paying extra, my guy. Time for you to get out there and prove to the world. I'm tired. I do not want to go through another offseason having to tell people that my quarterback's great. If you can't see it by now, that's your own problem, I guess. There's a lot of Eagles Nation waiting. And I'm still waiting to see. If you don't notice that the boy is a straight beast on the field, then I don't know what you're watching. Like I play football, I watch football, I help coach football. Like I've done, football's deep in my blood, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like the eye test was already passed last year. I think this year you're about to see a real quarterback go out there and show you how to put up some big numbers being a dual threat. So we're going to see what happens. He says, walk into my car now, 1 minute. All right. Hey, Big Play Slay in the building. What up, Big Play Slay? How you doing tonight, my guy? Hitman's in the building. He's like, yes, sir, up in here. So, people will recognize Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is going to be a Pro Bowler, for one. There's not going to be no alternate no more. I think this is the year he solidifies Pro Bowl. Now, depending on the coaching staff and how they run this team, like the players on this team is set. this is all on the coaching staff. I've been trying to say like people like pressure on this player, that player. I'm like, no, 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 no. The pressure, how we put all the pressure on the coaches. Are you guys, hey, Gannon, you want to be a head coach? Show that you can be an elite defensive coordinator. You know, Nick Sirianni, you need a little bit more space. Okay, give the reins over to Stike and help him out. But let's show, that they can be legit coordinators in this league. If they do that this year, our team is going to be dominating, straight up. If they do, I feel like we seen them last year talk about it before the season started. They talked about what they wanted to do. We want to do this, we want to do that, we want to be multiple and everything. And we didn't have the roster, so sorry about that again, guys. We're gonna get this fixed. But we didn't have the roster to do what they wanted to do with the team, and they tried their best to do whatever they could, to compromise for it. There was obviously weak spots. You've seen the weak spots week in, week out. And once we got to the playoffs, we really got to see the weak spots. So I think it's time to really, sit back and realize we filled all the holes on our roster that we needed to fill. We got deeper at our offensive and defensive line. We got better at the receiver position. Poor Jalen Hurts in the second year. Dallas Goedert finally get to be the starter from day one. That is something Dallas Goedert hasn't done yet. And we still claim that he's one of the best tight ends in the league. Now it's time for you to prove it, Dallas. The spotlight should be on you. The spotlight should be on you because AJ don't take coverage. Devontae's don't take coverage. You, Quez, and Pascal, Rager, if he gets in there, all you guys should feast. Game in, game out. You know what I'm saying? All you guys should feast. There should be no hesitation of why you guys can't be elite. And even Miles Sanders, this year can be even a prove-it year for you as a running back. And you got A.J. Brown. Not only is he a top-flight receiver, but guess what? A.J. Brown is also one of the best run-blocking receivers in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, people forget about that. That's going to help that run game even that much more. A.J. Brown can take it the distance, or he can also set up a nice block where your running back can take it to the house. So, what up, Big Play?
What's good, dog? How you doing?
Just getting here, getting a little pumped late night, talking about the Birds,
Yeah, it's going to be a good season. For sure, man. And then training camp was today. I seen that hat that AJ was wearing today.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, that was pretty. Like I said, that was mad love for LB. Like to get that, that's pretty. Shout out to you, man. Hopefully one of us will be able to make something cool that everybody will want to wear on our actual Eagles team. That's love. How you feeling, Big Play Slate? Tomorrow it starts. The Pats go on. They start practicing. What's the number one storyline for you going into training camp tomorrow?
Number one storyline. Me personally, I just want to see how the younger cornerbacks do. Because I think some of the younger corners could eventually be like that CB2 next to Slay. And I love Bradbury, but he can't just sit on his his throne and just like sit there and act like some of these young corners don't have a chip. Like Lamar Jackson said, I'm always have a chip to like get me a chip, and that's what these younger guys are gonna have because they're hungry. They want it.
Yeah, they are. Like the Tay Gowans, of the world, the freaking McPherson, don't we still got just Josiah Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, like all these guys, man, they want a chance to play. They hear the noise, and then they also see it. The Eagles went out and got Bradbury. That means they didn't have no confidence in you to be their starter this year. They wanted to go get a proven starter, and have more of a win now mentality instead of, they could have went the project route and sat there with them and like seeing what they can do this year, but they decided to go a different route. But like you said, that is a battle that I think people aren't really talking about. That it's going to be good to see who actually makes it out of that young pool of cornerbacks. Joe from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some nice talent in that cornerback room. I'm interested to see who makes it out of there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think if we fire Jonathan Gannon after the season, next year we could be Super Bowl contenders. I know you think we could be this year. I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Really, like the biggest thing and reason why I say what up, Smoke a lot. The real reason why I say it is because, like, guys, man, like I keep going back to like that Super Bowl championship year in 17. Like we added pieces throughout the year. We added, veteran players on the back ends of their careers that still had a little bit in the tank, and they put it together at the right time. And I get all that, and we won a Super Bowl from it. But this year, I feel like it's just different to me because we've done it so early. Like we've never had a team that I can remember that going into, training camps, where they're actually practicing tomorrow, your team's complete.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't have a hole. Like there's question marks at a couple of positions that are kind of, key, but being such a complete team, those question marks are less of a question mark. Like if you had bona fide legitimate holes plus some question mark type players, then you worry. But we've been that way for a while and still been able to make it to playoffs consistently, still being able to be a good football team. But now it's like we're going into a training camp tomorrow and like we are legitimately complete. Like we can add to get better. Yes. Never stop, and if he does go through the route where he's adding pieces all the way up to the trading deadline, our team could be even that much more better. So that's really the high expectations come from that. That just to be this far, this soon in the process and be so well off, I just haven't had that feeling about the Philadelphia Eagles in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I think we'll be a playoff team. I think we'll get to the divisional round. And we'll definitely win one playoff game, I hope. But it's like it's Gannon. It's not even anything bad about him. It's just that I don't see us winning a Super Bowl unless we get rid of him. I mean, I think like with like how you feel about the quarterbacks from not even just the quarterbacks from a long time ago. It's just quarterbacks have elevated. Because remember that season we won the Super Bowl. Carson Wentz should have won the MVP, right? You had Deshaun Watson, Brady, and Watson got hurt. You had Brady, you had Gurley. I mean, shoot, a running back was in the top 3 for MVP contenders. So the game has gotten so much better. So when we won the Super Bowl, so I think it's just how we can, play in like those big time moments, because now it's Mahomes, Allen. You got like 4 quarterbacks in the NFL or in that AFC conference that like headline all the faces of the quarterbacks. So I don't know. We gotta.
But you said in the AFC, you gotta realize that means we have an easier path to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Than being in the AFC, and it's a favorable schedule, And then a lot of teams that were elite last year. Now I will say, I think I just seen 2. Julio Jones just signed up for Tampa Bay today. I'm like, dang. He ain't really done nothing, but if you can get anything out of Julio, that's amazing. Julio Jones being your 3rd receiver is never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. So you look at Tampa Bay looking like they're going to be strong again this year. What up, Blaze Radio? Shout out to you, my guy.
That's good.
You look at like who else? The Rams obviously still locked and loaded this year. Who else in the NFC? The Niners look a little better depending on if Trey Lance plays good or not. Like I'm not a believer in Trey Lance. I think he's gonna be trash, to be honest. Like I don't think he's even got what Carson Wentz had coming out of North Dakota State, even though he broke the records and whatnot. I'm not a huge fan of him. I think if he was gonna be that star, there would be no Jimmy G there. There would be a lot of things going on differently in San Francisco. So that's a huge question mark. I think that's a bigger question mark for their team than for us, for our team, for sure. The
Vikings.
What is that?
How about the Vikings? I think they could be good.
The Vikings are good, but I'm not a big Kirk Cousins guy. Kirk's good. He knows how to put up numbers when you got pretty good receiver. Like I say, the biggest jump comes when you get a star receiver. That's the biggest jump of any quarterback's career. It's not about, even if you look at Brady's numbers, like Brady's numbers didn't go skyrocket up until he got Randy Moss that one year.
Yeah.
like that's the pivotal point when your team believes in you and they're going to go out there and get your number one receiver. That's the pivotal point in your career. That's when you take that jump. And the Eagles went out and did that this year. AJ Brown, whether you call him top 5, top 10, whatever, the dude's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. Like, in the story, he's a running back playing receiver. He can take the short game long or he can take the long game short, for touchdowns. So it's like he is that dude. Plus, like I said earlier, like he's one of the best run blocking receivers in the game. He came from a run heavy offense, where that's what he had the majority do. So you got a big physical guy, and I think he might have got hurt a little bit more because Tennessee runs the ball ridiculous amounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like no other running back getting carries like Derrick Henry. So and for him to still put up the numbers that he did. Not really having a legit star number 2, not really having like any, he had Geno Smith that one year, for tight end. That was a pretty good tight end, but what I'm saying, not even having a legit, elite quarterback. Tannehill's a good quarterback. I wouldn't call him elite, So it's like to bring him to an offense where he's going to get more targets for sure, because at the end of the day, Nick and these boys want to throw that football, whether it's the short game or the long game, they want to throw it. And we all know that. Whenever you got a whole nation telling you, hey, run the ball, there's a problem, But I think he understands now that we have an offense set up. Like our offensive line, that's a run-first offensive line. It's not a pass-first offensive line. That's a run-first offensive line. You don't get mammoth demands like that to put them out there just to be backpedaling. That's just not part of their game. They're maulers. They like to, road grade and stuff like that. They're big, physical, nasty. So we do need to continue to run that football. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to run it good. We got to, I just think the problem last year and this year is we got to do it from the start of the game. I would even say that whole first quarter, I'm running into my running backs. I'm doing some RPOs, I pass here, pass there. But I'm about to show you that we're going to tire you out early today, running that football. Let Mailata, Dickerson, these big giants lay on you for a little bit for a whole quarter. I promise you're not getting off as strong as you were. So I think they just got to understand that. Like, we don't have that offense to pass it 60 times. But, like, I only want to see Jalen. Really? Like, how often would you want to see Jalen? I'll say, give me 25 to 35 passes a game. Stay in that comfort zone, where it's like, okay, you are still making plays with your legs, but you did pass, you had some nice passing. And I think it'd be a lot easier this year with the weapons that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's going to be a little smoother transition. Him understanding the system a lot more. Him already understanding what defenses try to do to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got that potential, bro, for real. Me personally, and remember when you said Vic, people were saying Vic was better than Hurts at the start of the career. I did more research, and Hurts actually has been playing better than him so far.
Yeah, he's been playing better than like mostly pretty much every quarterback. Like, the dude has records that he only got. Like, I know people love to hate on him, but like, you can't hate on somebody that got records like that, and that's really more for the people that don't believe that he can progress. You know what I'm saying? That don't believe that the guy can get better in football, being that young, having ample, opportunities.
Yeah. I think he froze. Hey, but David, to answer your question though, on the how did I watch the lowlights and stuff? Because if you watch the NFL films for top 100, like all-time players, they actually showed some lowlights and some highlights of players. So that's kind of how I get some of it. But keep going. You were saying something? My bad.
What up, Primetime? How you doing? See, they're called highlights, but don't show the lowlights.
Yeah, they show a couple.
Let's see. Vic was not as good as Hurts in the beginning. No, facts. To be honest, Vic didn't even get good at passing until he came to the Eagles. Like, yeah. for real passing. Like, yeah, he threw some bombs because he had a strong arm. But in terms of like that accuracy stuff, Vic didn't even really need to do that. We get mad at Hurts for taking off. Vic used to take off as soon as he hiked the ball sometimes. Hike, go. because he knew he was that much more explosive than everybody in the league at that time.
Vic was ass his first 2 years. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, at least Hurts looked competent.
You mean passing the ball wise, right?
Yeah, passing the ball wise. Vic had like 16 interceptions. I mean, not 16 touchdowns. He had 8 interceptions. But I'm looking at it right now. Hurts was better, like statistically, like efficiency wise.
Even than Carson, even than McNabb. You know what I'm saying? Like even than Josh Allen. It's like his first 20 games is up there with some of the best to ever do it. And like,
I don't know about Allen. Allen's hard.
Remember, I showed the stats on Allen.
Yeah, he wasn't good. He really developed. I think it's close. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Allen.
It's about this. Like I said, it's about you getting your quarterback a star receiver for one. And it's about the scheme of your offense, being able to scheme the guy to do amazing things.
Yeah.
Like you need that. If we hired Nick because he was supposed to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the sole reason why we probably hired him. Because he's this new offensive genius that's gonna come out here and shock the world with the most, and he was the most vanilla, easy to freaking predict coach in the first 7 games of the season I've ever seen in my life. It was horrible. So, it is that's
cut out again. Damn. But plus Hurts, 803 Hitman says plus Hurts is way more poised and mature than Vic at this point. I mean, that's true. I agree with that.
Yeah. And Jordan Davis is going to be a beast. I think people are sleeping on him. He said, people are forgetting how scared quarterbacks are going to get hit by a guy that big, moving that fast. Like, I would be scared if I got hit by a 6'8", 340 defensive tackle running like 4'7", and maybe even a 4'6" by the time the season starts. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's a monster. He's going to destroy people. But yeah, his maturity, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the biggest part too. Even like Russ. Russ won a Super Bowl, second year or third year?
His second year.
Second?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even at that time, that was really Marshawn Lynch's team. You know what I'm saying? They had an awesome defense, and Marshawn Lynch was one of the best running backs in the league. He was beast moding people. Without that, that was the reason why they didn't win 2 Super Bowls. They were smart. They would have gave it to Marshawn. He would have scored a touchdown. The game would have been over. Seattle, man. I'm just saying, his progression leaves me how do you even have the right to even question his ability to be better than last year? And if you thought last year was good, which we all still agree, he had his ups, his downs, but still a good first year for a quarterback. The numbers show it. It wasn't great. Did we want to see more? We want to see better, but we also left some games with our mouths, dropped to the floor. Like, what the hell did he just do? You know what I'm saying? That Saints run got to be the best run of the year. Dime. The corner route to Devontae in the corner against Denver. That was awesome. You know what I'm saying? He left you okay, you can play football. So I'm just ready. I'm hoping and praying next year.
Yeah. Cut out again. My bad.
I'm out.
Yeah, I think it's getting a delay or reaction or something. I don't know what's going on. It's laggy a little bit. Might be raining.
Yeah, the weather out here, like I said, I'm getting new internet too tomorrow in the next day or two, and it's gonna get hardwired in. It's just because my studio's in a garage, so it's cement all the way around. So they're your Wi-Fi is not really gonna make it through the cement that good. So I bought some boosters thinking it was gonna help, but you gotta do what you do until you get what you get.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. But
so who do you think? Who do you think gonna start at right guard this year?
Damn, that's a hard question. Maybe it could be Cam Jurgens. Probably. It could be Cam Jurgens, to be honest.
You think he'll win over Sayamalu? Is that what you said? Slay?
My bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's got to be Cam Jurgens or say Malu. One of those. So I think it could be say Malu because of the experience, but it could be Jurgens too.
Who you think going to win out of the Dean Edwards battle for middle linebacker?
That's a tough question. I'm gonna say Edwards. But I think Dean's gonna be good though. I predicted that pick actually. I was
You think?
screaming, get Dean. I was screaming it, bro.
So you think Dean's gonna be starting by like week 6 or 7? I say you think. I say you think Dean's gonna be starting by like week 6 or 7.
I think it could be like that. Oh, cause I say Jurgens because it's because he kind of played that position like in terms of right guard. He was primarily on the right side, at right guard or center. He was primarily a center, but Jurgens he can play right guard. So I wouldn't be surprised if he took the right guard spot. Dude's a stud. I like Jurgens.
We hit it up. Jinx said Dean starting opening day. I think so. I don't think because really, if you think about it like this, if he's that linebacker that we say that he is, and we hope that he is, that we've been missing for all these years to be, I want to see him beat out a guy like TJ Edwards to be our starter week 1.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, he could start week 5 or 6, 7, later in the season, but I want to see it from week 1 because that means he showed up and he showed out. And that chip that I believe he's going to have on his shoulders this year playing, not getting drafted to the 3rd round, letting all 32 teams pass you up twice, and some 3 times before they drafted you. You were the best college football player in the league last year. I think he's going to destroy his first year. And I will want him to see him start week 1, to start that campaign and being that guy. Because if not, I don't feel like he'll be that guy. I think he'll just be another good linebacker that we picked up. We picked up some decent linebackers over the years, but we haven't had the field general leader, you know what I'm saying, the guy that could take control of this defense and, steer the ship, in a long time. So I want Dean to be that guy. I believe he can be that guy. I definitely believe it's the top 3 linebackers just last year in the draft, so people are really sleeping on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Dean, I think he's a top 3 linebacker in this class. But Quay Walker though from Green Bay, he nice. I like him. Him
Who?
and Dean were like the Quay Walker from the Packers.
Yeah.
He's nice, man. He played with Dean, and honestly, he kind of played a little bit better than Dean in a way. Like in some games, he was a little more consistent, but I think Dean has probably more potential. But in terms of dominance, I don't know, man. Like throughout some of those games, it was
Like if he is the
yeah.
guy, he's gonna be like a Ray Lewis for the Eagles this year.
Huh?
Like that caliber of player.
Okay. I was about to say,
Ray
man.
Lewis style player. Where he's
I
the
don't
leader,
know.
the hit leader. Because you got to think, he's actually coming in a situation where you don't really have to be that. Like I feel like our whole team, no one really has to be that guy. They can all just be the guys. They're going to all be taking pressure off each other. The linebackers are going to take pressure off the D-line, obviously, vice versa. With the secondary, like, to getting Bradbury and then adding like a Tart to push Epps, and Harris, those are good moves because no one really has to be a start. You just got to do your job this year. That's it. The coach got to put you in the right position, and you just got to do your job. You do those 2 things, we're not losing very many games.
Absolutely.
Because of talent.
Yeah. Marcus Messiah. If you go look back at that Georgia tape, Dean was more of like a weak side linebacker. because he was a little bit on that Mike side, but he kind of is more of a weak side linebacker. He's gonna be like a little bit in the middle. I don't think he's side to side. I think that's what people don't understand. Like he's not side to side. He's gonna get the ball when he needs to. I mean, he can come in a blitz package and just come at you. He got good tenacity, but I don't know about like what other people are saying though about like the whole side to side thing.
You don't think he's sideline to sideline linebacker?
I don't think he is, man.
I've seen plays where he's diagnosed from the middle linebacker spot and was there before the play even got there. You know, like.
But Quay Walker did that more, though. I don't know, man.
And remember the plays that Quay Walker did good? You seen like Dean pumping him up too. Like that's another thing. Like that's the leadership. That's the Mike linebacker leader of your defense. You know what I'm saying? That's going to get other players to play at a higher level. Like that's the kind of stuff you're getting from this guy. You know, the guy that's going to go in there, he's going to have the whole playbook done for before the season starts because he's just that smart of a guy. You know, having guys like Kaiser White, I think he's going to make some big plays. He's a great coverage linebacker. It takes the pressure off him having to be, the game caller and the coverage linebacker for the team. Like, you got a guy like Kaiser. You don't really have to pass rush, even though he's not that bad at it. But he doesn't really have to do it because you got to, what's his name? Hassan Reddick on your team. Where you can really just sit him down with the defensive line. Just like our offensive line, we think Jalen and these running backs are spoiled because we got one of the best offensive lines. We got one of the best defensive lines too. Like these linebackers are about to be spoiled. They're about to play on the team that they haven't really had like that many, great linemen on a defensive lineman playing in front of them before like they have now on the Eagles. So that's going to step their game up even more. So I think he wins it, and I don't think it's going to be one of the things where you have to, worry about it. I think he's just going to be dominant from the start and just make plays. Like everyone's like, well, he's small, he's small. Yeah, he's a smaller linebacker, but there's plenty of good smaller linebackers that's been in the league, that were great. When you got a good defensive lineman where you don't have your small linebackers don't get touched, that's when you're able to run free. And I think he has that type of line in front of him. Jordan Davis, your boy from college, that helped you out there. Hargraves, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams, hopefully Marlon can get in the mix this year. Ellis is there. We just signed another defensive tackle that's 300 pounds. It's like he's gonna have some big boys in front of him to help prevent, these linemen from reaching on him. So I'm not really too worried about that in his size.
Yeah, I agree. But that you got to go watch that Florida tape though for Davis. He wasn't that good. I'm sorry. He got to be more consistent when he playing. Like dude's got potential. He got a knack for the football. He could stop the run, but he got to work on the pass rush moves. And I'm glad he went to the team, the right team with us. And he could get his pass rush moves developed by Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox. I'd rather have it be Brandon Graham because he's more of an end, so he's gonna give you that swing, all those pass rush moves that he's learned.
Do you think there's a sleeper position we will sign? For real, I do. I think the sleeper position that we might sign is going to be a tight end. Because, as much as I love Goddard, and I know he's going to be the man this year, great offenses have two good tight ends. And I'm not saying Caltera's not going to do good this year. Jack Stall's not going to get any better. I know Jackson's going to be out in the beginning of the year. So it's like, I'm not really worried. I know he's not going to be producing anything, too substantial early in the season. So, to get another tight end here that actually got a name could be huge.
Jaden Graham. We just signed him. We just signed that tight end from the Falcons today. The tight end from the Falcons, yeah. We just signed him. So that it's just a body camp, I guess. It's not really going to be too much.
Later EC1.
Yeah, man, later.
It's crazy. Like, I think a tight end, like, if we can go get, like, I really was hoping we got Joku from Cleveland this offseason.
Yeah, he's good.
Pairing him up with a Goddard would have been, like, lights out at the position. But who knows? Like I said,
way more dangerous.
If we added, like, a Joku?
Yeah, if our offense had a Joku, too, oh, my God. I'm not sure that's not a top 5 offense. I'm not being honest. I'm gonna lie, bro. That's you got
What
a
do you think we
blocking
are?
right now. I think we're like top 10. I think we're 10, 9, something like that. But honestly, I think just comparing other offenses to us, it's really hard to see like who's better than us in the middle. I mean,
Right?
Goddard,
Like position for
Cashapp,
position, it is definitely hard to find another team that has depth and talent at the position. Like there's some teams that that player might be better, but at the end of the day, you might have a better guard, but my guard's still good. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still going to do their job. Like we have the best offensive line, but you might have a star offensive player two on your roster or two, but it's like position for position plus depth. Like if players were to get hurt, the talent level that we're going to be being able to put in the game this year, it's like come on now. There's
yeah,
not too many teams. Like a lot of them that all those elite teams, a lot of them lost some players. And they're not as deep as they were last year. Like even the Rams, I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. They still got a good team now. If they sign OBJ back with the roster they have, yeah, okay, that's a little bit more firepower. Like it gets to a point where it's too much. Where it's like there's no way to really stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got 4
yeah.
starting receivers on your roster. I'm sorry, you're gonna win majority of your goddamn football games. Like no one has 4 starting cornerbacks on their
With the
roster. That's
Bucks
just
offense, I think the Bucks offense is better than us. So I'm not gonna lie. That and they
even if
just
they
added
sign
Julio.
OBJ, you think the Bucks will be better?
If they sign OBJ,
Yeah, if the Rams sign OBJ.
I think the Rams are better right now, to be honest. But because they still got Van Jefferson,
Yeah,
so
that's
they got
true.
players. But I don't know. I think it'll still be good. It's just that they'll probably run the ball more because last year you got to remember Akers was hurt, and that did make Matthew Stafford throw the ball a lot more than he ever did with the line. I mean, he did throw the ball a lot with the Lions, just not how much he used to, like as much because he's been injured here and there with the Lions the last couple of years. But I mean, he Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford for a reason. That dude's a stud. But yeah, I think the Rams offense is better than the Bucks. I don't know about Kansas. I'll still give respect to Kansas
Around
City. Kansas City, I'm gonna give
what?
respect to Kansas City. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it that they took a drop off.
He said, "What up, Birdgang? What do you think about the safety position on the Eagles? I think they're they're where they need to be for a season. Like, I don't feel like You know, I think with the talent in front of them, I don't feel like they have to be all legit. Like I think Harris played better at the end of the season last year. After he stopped being dinked up and actually got in the flow of the game, you started seeing him make some hits, getting his hand around the football. So I think Harris is going to be a great pickup being, having a healthy off season, about to come into the system again for year 2. And I think Epps too. I think it's going to be a close one. Epps and Tart, and Wallace. Who's going to step up out of those 3? Epps seemed to have the jump right off the jump, but, Kayvon might show up and finally, year 3. You never know. Tart might be like, hey, I know I'm older. I've already put out good film. I just need to have another good season. I've never played with talent in front of me like this. You never know. So that would be a position to worry, but I just feel like the talent at CB, D line, and linebacker, you're not going to be dependent on those guys as much. So I don't think they have to be these elite guys. Like I don't think we need to go get a Jesse Bates, basically. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
think it'd be awesome if we did. Don't get me wrong. I won't be mad at it, but I'm just saying I don't feel like we need to make a move like that to waste that much of salary cap, for another player.
and to people that are saying Tart is better than Harris, bro, stop it, bro. Tart, let's just keep it a buck, man. Besides
Tart
that
had
one
some
play,
good years though with the Niners, though for
yeah.
sure.
But besides that one play against DK, what did he really do? I'm sorry, man. He's not better than Harris. Harris has been more consistent. He gives you better he wraps up the tackles way better. And he wasn't even that bad to be honest last year. Let's just keep it a stack. I
Have you
mean,
heard about this thing? He said OBJ signed with the Raiders.
no, he didn't sign. He didn't sign with the Raiders.
Okay.
He probably came for a try. I mean, can he come for a tryout right now?
He said
Cause because he's
Don't
been
sleep on Juju and Kansas City. Dude, I'm a huge Juju Smith. I watched Juju all years in college. I'm a huge USC fan. So I love Juju. I wanted the Eagles to get Juju this year. I would have been happy if the Eagles had Juju this year. But you know what I'm saying? Man, Tyreek Hill's a different beast, man. Like people
he
don't
is.
give him they don't give him the respect that he deserves. Like this dude gets triple team and still score touchdowns on your head. Like what he got is just like it's God given gift. You know, that's not coached into you. That's just amazing skill. You
But
know,
they
not
drafted
every
Sky Moore though. They drafted
nah,
Sky
man, but
Moore.
he's no Tyreek Hill, man. Like no one is. It's not like you can say like, oh yeah, because the last couple of drafts, you know, there have been some really talented receivers to come out. But it's still not no Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like they can be good, but they ain't Tyreek. You know, he's like a 101, the cheetah. You know, 101, and it's not just his speed; it's just the way he breaks. You know, it's just everything. You know,
but
he scores. You seen it in the playoff last year. He scored when he wanted to score. You know, and
yeah,
I don't think there's very many players in the league right now that can just do that whenever they want to.
but Champ though, Harrison and Tart are the same age. I don't know if you could call Harris watching it. He's been playing more consistent than Tart, and Tart is terrible at tackling, man. I think the only thing that makes him I at best is yeah, he has like a couple of those like one or two coverages plays that he has, and then that like I guess that makes him like good for some people, but he's not good. I think he's okay. I guess he's alright, but he's not. I don't think he's gonna start. I think Harris and Epps are gonna start. To be honest,
I
I
do
think
think
he's
they
gonna.
give Epps the love for what he did. Like I wasn't a big Epps guy last year, but he kind of earned his stripes with me. Like he earned it. Like, he made plays, you know, and that's what I didn't think he was going to be able to do at a consistent rate. And he showed me that he could do it at a semi-consistent rate. So it was like, you know, I can't hate on him no more. But I do think, you know, yeah, I know it's just a game, but even on Madden, like I hated Tart. Like Tart would make you like he'll hit stick you and you fumble. Like the dude's, you know, he's a veteran that I think, you know, he knows how to lay hits on receivers. And I think that you know, he still got a little bit left in the tank. And like you never know, he could be that guy at the end of his road. Remember we got Patrick Robinson?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Super
Patrick
Bowl
Robinson
run.
was at the end, but he ended up having such a good year. He ended up having a couple more seasons after he left the Eagles. So, you know, Tark could be that guy. 29 is not that old. Like, hey, I'm about to be 41, and I still feel like I can go play football right now. So, you know,
Yeah. Odell on the Raiders will be nasty. I'm not even gonna lie, dog.
who?
Odell on the Raiders. Whew.
That would be nasty. I wouldn't want to see that. Odell Beckham with freaking Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfro
And Darren Waller.
and Darren
Yeah,
Water.
let's not act like OBJ is not good anymore. Bro. I hate when people do that.
OBJ's
Like,
the man. I wanted him too. But I was like,
yeah,
he's not going to play this year. If we got him, he wouldn't play till like close to playoff time, and I wouldn't want to pay him the money that it would take to lock him up right now. That's why I think no team's really locked him up. They're gonna wait. What up,
yeah. What
champ?
up, champ?
What up? What up? You said that a couple things I'm gonna say. Number one, I'm excited for training camp coming along because I'm telling you, this team's gonna be special. You know, I just want to say, everybody who thinks this team ain't going far this year, man, I'm telling you right now, you are going to be shocked. I'm telling you, this team is for real. Like I've never seen this team like this since probably 17.
What's your
Um,
record?
I said 16-1. I ain't stuttered, did I?
Sick.
I ain't
Damn.
Yeah,
stuttered.
champ. You tell him.
16-1. No, the
16
schedule
and
is
one.
big person. Let me tell you something. It's not hard to win against these teams. These teams are trash that we're playing this year, bro. I don't care what Boys Velez says about his schedule is easy. His schedule, the Cowboys going nowhere this year. They're not making the playoffs. Okay, the Giants got a hard schedule. They're playing Tennessee week 1. We're not playing Tennessee week 1, bro. We're playing the Lions. We're playing the Vikings. Those are easy games. Kirk Cousins is not good at primetime games. Not only that, I think Jalen Hurts has gotten better. I think people are going to be shocked because they're expecting Jalen Hurts to be exactly what he was last year. I think people, if you remember right, in Carson's rookie year, what were people saying about him? His accuracy was everywhere. He wasn't hitting targets. He was looking lost in some games. And then what happened? We go and get him Alshon Jeffrey. We go get him a Torrey Smith. And what happened? He won MVP, or we consider MVP. He didn't get it because they gave it to Tom Brady, who really shouldn't have never got it because to me he wasn't good that year. But they gave it to him because he was healthy and Carson Wentz got hurt. Jalen Hurts is a guy that wants to get better. This guy thrives on being the guy. He knows everybody hates him, especially the people who doubted him. You got Dan Sileo talking about how Devontae Smith ain't the guy. You know, and and let me be real with you. If we got Najee Harris, Jalen Hurts, honestly, wouldn't have the progression last year that he had this year. Because I think Devontae Smith made him a better quarterback just with him on that team. Devontae Smith is a guy who made Jalen Hurts better by they throw it up a little more, you know? So the fact that Devontae Smith is going to be there, you got A.J. Brown as his best friend, right? You got two legit weapons. It's nothing but Jalen Hurts going up, you know? And I think when you look at the schedule is nothing. I mean, who are you going to lose to? Yeah, you can lose to Black. Huh?
Who's the one lost to, though?
I got Green Bay. At home.
Green Bay? I think the Vikings are better than Green Bay.
No, they're not, bro. Hey,
I think people are tripping thinking that. I think Green Bay's gonna be good. I don't think they're an elite team anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody say you can't lose Devontae Adams and think you're just gonna keep rolling. Like,
the Vikings, in my opinion, the Vikings are not an easy team, man.
I don't think it's going to be an easy game. I said it I said to where you're hiding, it's going to be a close game. But I think the Eagles are going to be. I think the Eagles are going to be a better team than a lot of people think. They're expecting this Eagles team. A lot of Eagle fans saying, "Well, you can't 16-1." Listen, if there is one time where you can get 16-1 this year, it's this year. This schedule is easy. It's never been easy for us for a while. All right, even 17 was a lot harder than this year. Okay, because we were playing some tough teams. Listen, we were playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that no one thought we were going to win. And listen, you're going to hear a lot of people say I'm crazy, but if you open your eyes and you understand how our team is, you got a second-year head coach in Nick Sirianni. Those coaches right now are rookies. Giants have a new rookie head coach. You think they're going to winning the division right away? No, they're not. They're going to be learning a new system with a quarterback that they don't even know about. They didn't even pay him a fifth-year option. And they're running into a team that, for one, has new weapons like A.J. Brown, who's been known to kill cornerbacks. I don't think the Giants got a cornerback that solidifies number one. Bradbury's not there anymore. And who are they going to rely on? Dory Jackson? That dude? Come on,
He's
man.
not bad, bro. I'm sorry.
Dory Jackson is garbage. He's literally the worst corner they ever.
Don't hate on my USC guys. I like Dory.
He's not bad,
Dory Jackson's garbage. Dude. I mean, come on. I mean, Quest Watkins.
He don't live up to the hype, probably, but I just think he's a good.
He's not another one corner.
He's not trash.
He's a top 15 to 20 corner at least, bro.
I take 15 corners over him any day, man.
Yeah,
I can name you 15 corners.
But he's 16 though. He's definitely up there. He's not terrible.
To TV, he said, "Do you think BG coming back strong this year? I think he might be a comeback player of the year.
I think BG is going to come in there and be like what we saw him in the last year before he got hurt. I think when you look at it, I think it's going to take him a while to get used to what he is. Because listen, you know, the whole notion that guys don't like, I think it's going to take him a while to come back. But once he gets it, he'll be fine. You know. But I think people need to worry about this, right? This schedule right now, when you look at it, I don't see one team fearing me. Not one team. I don't see 2 losses this year. And it's not me being biased. I don't see it. Listen, if you lose to some of these teams, we're going to have questions. And the only way I see us losing these teams is our defense corner, Jonathan Gannon. Because let me tell you, I know Jalen Hurts is going to produce. I know A.J. Brown's going to produce. It's up to Jonathan Gannon. That defense last year was ranked right behind the Falcons in sacks. So it's up to Jonathan Gannon. I'm not putting pressure on Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying, you know, I'm worried about John. I'm worried about Jonathan Gannon. You know, people want to worry about Jalen Hurts, but let's talk about this defense. This defense, to me, they're the ones that got to prove it. You know, because you got everything you have. And I think Jonathan Gannon is going to be a lot better with the weapons that he has. You know, if you got 2 legit linebackers and you don't blitz, if I don't see Kobe Dean out there week 1, I'm going to be going in that sideline and fighting Jonathan Gannon. I'm going to pull him myself and say, what the hell are you doing? Because no, Kobe Dean should be on that damn field. I should not be seeing him on practice squads, no freaking special teams, none of that. He needs to be on week 1 on the damn field. If I
I
don't see
think we're
anything
going
like that,
11-6, bro.
I agree.
if I don't
I
see
think
him
we're
on
going
that
11-6
field,
EC1.
if I don't see him on that field, and I see some other linebacker that we don't that are
It was
favorites,
scaring me
we love
for
playing
real.
favoritism. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
we're going
And
11-6 though, bro. I think 11-6.
how do you so you see
I don't
six
know, like
losses? What's six
6
losses?
losses.
What's six losses?
I'll
No,
give you the 6 losses, bro.
okay,
I think we're losing to Minnesota. That's
I don't see
number
that
one. I
because
think
it's not
we're
the good
losing.
primetime games.
I think we're losing to Pittsburgh. That's a
No,
damn
we're
good defensive team.
dude. They got Pickett. Pickett is garbage.
Nah,
He
he's not
literally is
starting.
one. He's
Pickett's
terrible,
their
man.
guy. He's
He's
not starting.
terrible. He's
He's not
terrible,
starting.
and he's small hands. So if I'm John DeGinn, I'm
But
asking
he's
him to
not
knock the ball in
starting
his
though.
hand.
He's not
Who's
starting.
starting?
Mitchell Trubisky. What the
Mr. Cool.
he's not even that bad against us, man. Besides
That's an
that
L.
1 year.
That's an L. They're losing that game.
All right, bro.
Mitchell Trubisky.
I said
Trubisky.
Pittsburgh, Minnesota. I said Arizona.
We beat Arizona. I'm believing Kyler Murray. I think he's overrated.
Nah, I agree.
We're gonna
I
spin
think
that child like I
yo,
said when we had it.
Champ.
We're gonna spin that little child around like a merry-go-round.
Champ,
We're
I
gonna
agree
spin
with
that
you.
little child around like a merry-go-round. That child is going to be seeing stars. We're the bullies on that damn playground. You ain't you what?
Yo,
Little
Champ,
child, you better get in your
So,
place,
hey,
man.
Champ,
I'm trying to explain
that
something
is
to
it
you,
right
bro.
there. I think that's the biggest difference that people don't realize. We're the bullies
Yo,
this year.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
explain something to this man, Eagles champ. I agree with you. Kyler Murray is overrated. I'm not.
But you have
I'm
to
not a
losing
big
to
fan of
him.
him.
So
But
how do
it's
you have us
because
listen to him?
it's because they're gonna use that air raid offense on us, and it's gonna launch us down the field. And we don't do good against. I mean, I'm not gonna say we don't do good against them, but we lost to them a couple years ago in Arizona.
We lost to him. Hold on.
We don't do
We
good.
lost to him. We lost. So I understand what you said. We lost to him because number one, we had Jim Schwartz. Okay, Jim Schwartz was trash. Jim Schwartz didn't know what the hell he was doing. Jim Schwartz was literally one of the worst defensive corners I've ever witnessed in Eagles history. He might be worse than Billy Davis and how bad he was. Number two, I believe that game was Jalen Hurts' first. Was it his second game? I believe was it his second game he was playing as an Eagles starter?
But it's gonna be.
We had Jalen Rager. We didn't have Devontae Smith on that team. You're going back to 2020? Literally, we didn't even know who we were. We didn't have identity. Doug Peterson was losing the locker room. If you want to be real, we didn't have a great defense. Our linebackers were getting banged up and hurt. We didn't have a. We didn't. I didn't think we had a front four that was even get like. We didn't really have a good front four at the time. So this year we have Jordan Davis, star. Fletcher Cox coming back, who's going to be right in the middle of it. Jordan Davis is the star. Stop lying, bro. Like Jordan Davis is a monster.
I'm not saying that he's not good, but damn, a star, bro.
He's going to be a star. Listen.
I think a word does not.
Dude.
I think a word that they're not using for Jordan Davis that I've heard the last couple of drafts that I think that probably should be used with Jordan Davis is generational talent.
Nah, okay. He's not generational.
Not a Cowboy star.
He's going to be generational talent.
He's not generational, dog.
He's going to destroy the league like none other. Like you can't say that he can't. You can't say that he can't because there hasn't been another guy that's athletic and big that ever really come out. So let me already giving them a chance of being generational. Hey, and shout out to 30 in here. Make sure y'all hit that like. We at 10 like buttons up in here, man. We got 30 people up in here. Shout out to all you guys. Much love.
Yeah.
And first of all, I'm gonna start the Birdgang 31. Shout out from letting me come on here and talking. Because I'm so excited for this team. But I want to say this: I think Jordan Davis is very underrated, and I think this guy is going to ball. Because I think this guy, the fact that he dropped the way he did to us. Even Nakobe Dean, like people are running around here like Nakobe Dean's a third round pick. But yet, if the Dallas Cowboys drafted him, if the Giants drafted him, if the Commanders drafted him, he would be the best linebacker in the draft. Everybody be telling us, oh, you got to fear Nakobe Dean and Micah Parsons. But now he's an Eagle. He's suddenly not, brother. It's cool. Nakobe Dean's going to make people pay because I'm telling you right now, he's going to be that Metcalf in that linebacker core. He knows that he should have been a first round pick. The fact that these analysts who believe everything they read, and that goes back to you can't believe everything you read because this is the reason why he dropped, because people were making rumors. And I think that's sickening, and those people should be fired. The fact that they made a rumor up that wasn't true, because the Kobe Dean looked fine to me. And people tell me, well, I had people in my messages on Instagram when I posted the video of him running. Oh, where did you get that? One Eagle fan told me, where did you get that? Well, if he had his back, well, why? It doesn't mean he's back hurt. Well, if you're doing drills, anyway you look, if you're running back everywhere, your back, you're still moving your back. So you would feel it if you were that much hurt and your back, the way they were saying it, making it seem like he's back, his back, his shoulders, whatever he had was hurting him, and he needed all this surgery and everything like that. Why was he running sprints? Why was he doing all that? Because it still affects your back. See, this is why I'm saying a lot of Eagle fans don't know what they're talking about, because if you're going to make a case and say, okay, well, his back was hurt. That's why why is he doing push-ups and doing sit-ups and all that stuff? Because he wouldn't be doing it if his back was hurting. I think this is just another reason why he fell, was because people are making rumors, and that's fine, because people thought DK Metcalf was hurt. And then look at now, he started his own.
Well, I say it was.
By the way, he won the Butt Kiss Award, not the Bolitnikov.
Yeah. Well, I say, was he hurt at the end of the season? Of course, man. He won the championship. He played more games than everybody else. He got banged up. He was the leader of that defense. He made plays. He hit a lot of people. He probably was banged up. Was it enough to make him, to really affect his career moving forward? No, I don't believe that. But was he banged up? Probably so at the end of the season. Most football players are. I'm saying every season I've ever finished, definitely. You're not 100% at the end of that season.
Sure. I was watching you, Birdgang, the one. I was watching you debate these two, and how, I feel like it's like politics. You can't say certain things because people get so triggered when you say 16-1. A lot of Eagle fans, they feel like you have to say certain things. And I'm a guy listen, I go with what I believe. I see this team. People got so mad at me.
Damn.
What's it? Again.
For real,
let me say this. How does Pittsburgh still beat us when they don't even? You said Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky stinks.
I can give you other points.
How does the Steelers beat them when we beat them? We own them pretty much.
No, you don't. The fuck, we don't. What do you mean?
We destroyed them.
I get what you're saying, Chad. I'm on that boat too, where I feel like Eagle fans aren't taking advantage of being able to say that you're a dominant football team. You're not going to get it very many times. I've been an Eagles fan forever. There hasn't been.
I'm not scared. I'm being.
No, you're scared because you were scared to go against.
Hey, we're not doing all that. We're not doing that. We're talking football.
Yo.
You guys stop it.
I just went on Boys for Life channel the other day. Eagles fan.
I saw it, and you agreeing everything that guy was agreeing.
Hey, I don't want to mute you guys. Let's stop it. Let's talk. Let's chill out.
Yeah.
Let's chill.
No, we cool. But I just want to know how do you think the Steelers going to beat us with Mitch Trubisky? Mitch Trubisky stinks. I'm sorry. Mitch Trubisky should not even be a quarterback in the NFL. That dude is horrible. I don't see the Steelers winning. The only guy you can fear is maybe Najee Harris, but even that,
can I explain to you why?
All right, explain.
Our rushing defense, our rushing defense, I don't think is gonna be good in that game because you're facing Najee Harris. And then another thing I want to put up.
We always had good rushing defense.
You gotta let me finish, man. You gotta let me finish. I think Pat Freiermuth, their tight end, he went to Penn State. Dude's gonna kill us in the middle because we don't got no safeties that are gonna lock him up. I think Harris is good, but he's more of a running, tackling safety. But like I said, their defense, if Hurts tries to roll out and do all that bullshit, he's not gonna get too far because
BPS, look at this. Look at this. We have never lost to Pittsburgh in Philly ever.
So let me say this, right? I think you're worried more of Jalen Hurts than that Pittsburgh Steelers.
I just said Najee Harris against the rushing defense.
Najee Harris also is a guy
dog.
It is a dog, no question about it. But I think a lot. Do you know how many people told us that we were going to lose to the Steelers in 16? No, a lot of people were, and it's kind of the same thing. People seriously are doubting on us, and you know what we did to them? We blew the hell out of them because people slept on them. We blew them out in 16 to 43-3. Everybody said we were going. I had people telling me I was crazy for picking the Eagles to win that game. People told me, "Oh, Big Ben going to come in there." I said, "Big Ben ain't going to do nothing. We got him locked up." Oh, Antonio Brown's playing. Antonio Brown, what did he do? So again, I don't fear the Steelers because guess what? I see a team that's coming into Philadelphia, right? Or we going to Pittsburgh? I think it's in Philadelphia. They haven't beat us in Philadelphia. Now, if it was in Pittsburgh, it'd be different. They're coming to Philadelphia. And I believe aren't they playing in Philadelphia? Or are they playing in Pittsburgh? Oh, they're playing in Philadelphia. The last time we played them in Philadelphia, what happened to them? What happened to them?
Let me finish. You gotta let me finish on the teams we playing, man. So I said Pittsburgh, I said Arizona, I said the Vikings. I also think we're gonna lose to the Colts. Colts, don't sleep on them, bro. Jonathan Taylor is a guy.
I don't believe in Matt Ryan. I think he's a joker.
Look, this is what you gotta understand. He's never had an offensive line this good. He's never had a top 10 defense this good. Besides that 1 year they went to the Super Bowl, and guess what? They went to the Super Bowl with that team. So if you bring back a resurgence, okay, 28-3, I get that they choked, but you cannot tell me this team is not a playoff team with an upgraded quarterback.
I think Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan. I don't think that he takes them all the way. I think Matt Ryan is a good quarterback, but I don't think he's a guy that's going to be, a Tom Brady where he's able to take them all the way to a championship. I think the Colts are beatable. Listen, the Colts are any team that we're playing this year.
I think we're beatable. We're beatable.
Well, guess what? And guess what?
At the end of the day, every team is beatable. Like any given Sunday is possible, but
here's what I go back to. How are you going to stop AJ Brown, Devontae Smith? People keep on telling me, "Oh, well, we'll put the core." Who's going to stop those two? Because again, if you stop one of them's going to open.
You're going to stop
this is a tough decision.
You stop both of them. Quez Watkins is going to burn the hell out of you.
Exactly. And you got Goddard on the other side. You also can use Miles Sanders and Gainwell in the backfield. If I'm the Eagles, I'm calling them New England, asking what Damian Harris' price is and getting him in Philadelphia. Because I think we need a run stuffer. We get him. Good luck stopping us.
Who's going to stop Jonathan Taylor? You tell me.
Who's going to stop Gainwell and Miles Sanders if we have open holes for him?
Their defense will stop him.
Who's going to stop AJ Brown and Devontae Smith?
Their defense was top 10 last year. I'm going off of what I know. They were top 10 last year.
Who?
You can't sleep on the Colts, bro. You act like their defense. They got the best.
It doesn't really matter like any other defense. Like Eagles offensive line, when they're number one in the league, when they're like the best in the league, like it doesn't matter what your defense do because these guys are veterans. These guys are OGs. Like they stop some of the best defensive lines in the league already. It's like you can't say. I don't really think anybody can stop our offense for us.
They got the best.
Didn't the Baltimore Ravens stop Jonathan Taylor? Didn't he?
Nah, no.
You sure with that?
They did not stop him.
But don't worry, we'll stop him this year. Trust and believe that.
Yeah, like 2,000 last year. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, that's all right. He won't get 2,000 on us. Believe that.
Well,
I'm confident. I'm confident in their defense, bro. I'm confident in their whole team. Listen, first of all, who did the Colts play that to me was scary? Because let's be real. When you look at it, I don't think they played a team like us. I don't think they played a team like let's be real. They struggled with Jacksonville. Okay. They're playing against an Eagles team. To me, we can stop Jonathan Taylor. Just like I think we're going to stop Derrick Henry this year. Because people tell me Derrick Henry's still there. Yeah, Derrick Henry also has known AJ Brown to help him with the blocking. So
Derrick Henry helped out AJ Brown more than.
No, we didn't. No, false. That's false.
Just you gotta understand.
If you watch AJ Brown's breakdown receiving core, he blocked a lot, which opened a lot for Derrick Henry. Now you don't have him. I'm explaining to you, and then you can explain to me how. Because people thought
that Derrick Henry don't need nobody; he can do it himself.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
He's that dude, man. I ain't disrespect Derrick Henry. Like he's still gonna do his thing. He's doing what Derrick Henry wants.
I think Derrick Henry's going to take a huge step back from an AJ Brown missing on his offense. I really don't think AJ. I don't think when
being a legit target like AJ was, that is going to be a huge hole to fill.
AJ Brown was also a good block. If you look at a lot of times, he blocked for Derrick Henry. You expecting Trevon Burks to block? Because to me, I don't know if the guy's in shape. He looking like another Kelvin Benjamin and out of shape, dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's that good. I'm glad we didn't get him. You know, because he would have probably been out of shape. He would have been another Jalen Rager on our team. You know, and that's the point. Like I'm saying, AJ Brown is a guy that made a difference for the Tennessee Titans offense. He blocked a lot for why you think Derrick Henry got all these. You know, we look at running backs, we look at the holes, but we don't look at what these receivers do for these running backs. You know, when people thought, okay, Odell Beckham Jr. out of here, how did Saquon, and affected Saquon Barkley too? Because now Saquon is that guy that you have to rely on.
You know, Baltimore did shut down Taylor.
No, they didn't. They didn't really shut him down. I just think they passed more than they shut him down.
So they did shut him down.
No, they didn't. I mean,
so why is he saying it?
He still had like 53 yards and a touchdown.
That's pretty much
that's not shutting down. That's not shutting down. Shutting down is when you have nothing, like literally
That's
nothing.
kind of shutting down. 50 yards is not too bad.
That's shutting down.
No, that's not really shutting down to me.
That's one touchdown.
20 carries, like 2 yards a pop.
I got a question for you, Birdgang. Did Devontae Adams get shut down by Jalen Ramsey a couple years ago?
Devontae Adams?
He don't have the greatest stats.
Good players get shut out. Yeah, that's true.
You know, running back and receivers are two separate things, right?
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, did he get shut down? No.
That has nothing to do with Jonathan Taylor. Also, Devontae Smith.
That's my logic, though.
Devontae Smith was also, I mean, you want to talk about Devontae Adams. I mean, Devontae Adams is still a guy who also burned Jalen Ramsey, too.
That's
so, again, I mean, every corner, every day but that has nothing to do with Jonathan Taylor and what he might do against that Eagles team. Listen, I'm not saying Jonathan Taylor's a horrible. I like Jonathan Taylor, and I'd trade Miles Sanders in a second for Jonathan Taylor. Don't tell me you wouldn't Birdgang 31, because I would. You know what I'm saying? But Jonathan Taylor is a guy that I think people are saying that, oh, he can't be stopped. He can definitely be stopped.
He can.
And we've seen Eagles defenses that people didn't think we could stop running backs, stop them. You know, and I think that we are different. We're different. I think if a defense plays the way it does, I think it's going to be very. Listen, I have us as a number one stopping the run game this year. I have us stopping the passing game. I don't think we're going to allow that many teams to score this year because you got two legit corners.
My other losses, Eagles champ.
Let me finish, and then I'll give you the time. And, you know, you talk about safety, but I don't think we really need that legit safety. If your defense is able to stop everything around you. You know, and I would love Bates because I don't trust Kayvon Wallace. But at the same time, I don't really think safety's a need because you got a front four, you got good linebackers that make safeties better. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really need a safety in 17 because the front four got pressure on quarterbacks and our corners got the job done, even though they weren't the best. Now you have Darius Slade, a shutdown corner. And then you got Brabber, who's a good number 2, is still a solid corner. So, I mean, now you really don't need that much. I mean, would it Jason Bates be awesome? Hell yeah, it would. But I don't think it's a desperate need. We needed a corner. We got one. We need a front four. I think we got one. Because we can add different defenses on different packages, you know, because I think if Jonathan again plays his cards right, you can switch in, you know, you can rotate defensive ends, you know, with you know, take out Fletcher Cox, put in Jordan Davis, and you know what I mean. So we got plenty of depth on defensive tackles and defensive ends.
And Dallas too. I think we're splitting with Dallas.
I don't think so. I think we're sweeping them. I think they're absolutely
going. They've never.
They didn't get better, man. They got a CD Lamb who's a number 2 egg trying to be a number 1. He's going to blow. He's not a number 1, bro. He's not a number 1. Just because
Lamb's gonna be that good this year.
He's not a number 1. A number 1 receiver goes against number 1s. He didn't go against.
I'm not saying he's gonna be like bottom of the receiver pool, but he's not gonna be top 10 or nothing like that.
Who does he have?
Stop listening to Boys for Life, man.
CD Lamb is a fucking beast. I don't know what y'all talking about. CD Lamb.
I like CD Lamb, but I don't think he's going to be that number 1 guy.
He's the best wide receiver in the NFC East by the end of the season.
No, he's not. AJ Brown's way better than him. I think AJ Brown.
No, Terry McLaurin is better than AJ Brown. That's a
stop lying. Stop lying.
He's more consistent than AJ.
He's targets compared to AJ.
Devontae Smith is a way better receiver.
Low targets. For the yards that this guy put up, that's what people don't realize. They look at the low number of yards and they, he only had 900 or 800 there. It's like, but did you like the dude's already been 3,000 yards?
Carson Wentz is a way better quarterback than that, bro.
In an offense that run the ball like Derrick Henry averages like 300 carries a year. Like that's not really any other offense that does that. So the fact that he's not getting as many targets as everybody else, like you can't even compare those guys to AJ like that.
But
H-Town,
Drew, what
Carson
I'm
Wentz is
trying
a
to
way better
argue,
quarterback
look,
than Dak
look,
and always will be, bro.
I
He
just want
beat
to
you
make
all the practice squads, and he had 33 touchdowns and any other quarterback since Dan Marino in his sixth season. Name me when Dak Prescott has actually done something. Oh, wait, he has never won a division round because he never got past there, and he has the exact same playoff wins as Kirk Cousins. Go sit down with that ridiculous comment. He'll never be better than Carson Wentz. He'll never be better than Jalen Hurts when it's all said and done.
BG, go back to Drew's last comment on
Which
that
one?
the whole thing. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he played amazing, but what I'm trying to say to you is when I see shutting down, I mean like getting completely owned in the game. You didn't do nothing. Taylor did one or a couple things. He did a couple things. He wasn't amazing by any means.
So Slay, if
But
he
he
gets
did a
50
couple things.
yards,
He didn't get
TDs,
shut
do
down.
nothing all game,
Shutting
is
down
that shut
means
down? I
you have
mean,
nothing.
shit.
Champ,
You
let
literally have
people talk, champ.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he didn't do. If you said he did nothing, I would agree with you. But he ain't get shut down. Like that's like saying if Devontae at Smith he went up against Jalen Ramsey, he had a couple catches, he got shut down. Like if he had 3-4 catches, and he had a little bit yardage, that's shutting down. That's not shutting
That is
down.
shutting down. That is exactly what it
That's
is.
not.
That
I mean,
is. Did he
to
get a touchdown?
me, doing nothing is shutting down. That's
Well,
what.
let's be real. Let's be real. You're not going to shut every. You cannot shut.
Yeah.
Running back's going to get their carries regardless. But holding them to 53 yards, that's pretty much shutting down because we're used to Donta Taylor that more. So that means that they prepare for him and they shut him down. You know, and if he only had what did he say, 2 yards and 53? I mean, come on, bro. That definition of shutting down. If Devontae Smith is getting only catches and not a touchdown, he's not burning them that much. And Ramsey's pretty much locking them down to that many, that's shutting down because Devontae Smith should be the one owning. I mean, he's supposed to be the one getting open more. So really, that is shutting down because Jalen Ramsey's preventing him from getting big yards down the field. He's giving them little, but not too many big chunk of yards. You know what I'm saying? So that is. I mean, you're not going to shut down a receiver the whole game. It's just not possible. You know, I guess it can be, but it's really not realistic. You know, they're going to get some catches here or there, but if you can hold them to a certain amount, that is pretty much shutting out any player.
Yeah,
Whether
the
it's a running
greatest
back,
player
But I got a
shut
question
down
for you,
once or twice.
BG. I got a question.
Huh?
For you. Who do you think is the best corner in the NFL? Because it's going two ways.
Jalen Ramsey.
Who's the best cornerback in the league?
Ramsey.
Jair Alexander's making his case. Bro. He making his case.
I got
bro.
Ramsey. I like Ramsey.
still think it's
Man, I don't know
Ramsey.
what y'all
I still
talking
think it's
about.
Ramsey, but Alexander is making his case.
Slay's the best.
I like that, but he's not better.
No, hold on.
I think he is. Like, Slay been doing it for a long ass time, man, and he's actually only getting better since he's been with the Eagles. So
But he's
like,
not one though. Not one.
yeah, he's
Slay not one, man. Come on. I like the confidence. I like this pump chest up. I like it.
Who say Slay can't be number one this year?
Derek Slay? Derek Slay is the definition of a number one corner, and he's top 5 in my opinion.
But for real, I think Jalen Ramsey gets burned, but I still think he's like overall.
But all corners get burned, man. So does Diggs, and people could grade him as the number one corner too. I mean, it happens. Corners are not always going to be perfect. Like they're not a robot. They're not a video game.
Drew, but it's not saying those other guys aren't good. Like those guys you got the name of like Lattimore. You know, like see,
Lattimore's not better than Slay.
I don't think we have like a Nelson Island like nowadays, like a player that's that much better. Like our best cornerback in the league, like the number 2, 3, and 4, are like right there too. Like they're all like good.
I
really
like
good
Slay. I like
cornerbacks.
Slay,
I
but
don't
I
think we
took
have a
Lattimore over
shutdown.
him any day.
You bugging, bro.
How am I bugging?
Lattimore is not a better
corner,
overall
bro.
player.
Lattimore is a top 10 corner, bro.
Who you got, Coach Dante? You ain't said nothing yet.
Hey, I've been waiting on my turn to talk for the longest. I mean,
I need to turn off the screen, turn off the volume a couple of times.
No, because
I don't have time for me to
let me talk, man.
Here you go, chat. Let people talk when people are talking.
So I'm also streaming the game too on my channel as well. So that's why I've been counting down. So y'all been talking. So I haven't got a chance. So what's the topic?
Slayer Lattimore.
Say what?
Who your favorite cornerback in the NFL?
I don't have a favorite cornerback in the NFL, but I can tell you what I like to watch. I don't have a favorite cornerback. But
Who's the best?
Who's the best? The best cornerback, I got Jalen Ramsey. I like Jalen Ramsey. I think he's the best cornerback in the
Hey,
NFL.
and Drew, go back to Drew's last comment.
If I had to choose out of Slay and Marshawn Lattimore, right now I'm gonna choose Darius Slay. I'm gonna choose Darius Slay right now. But long term, I'm gonna choose Lattimore. Long term, I'm gonna go with Lattimore. But I'm gonna choose Slay.
I agree.
Right now.
Slay is better. He's a better overall player. But yeah. I got a question for you.
Those corners that can play man, that can play zone coverage. I like corners that can play man to man. That can be on the island by itself. So that's why I got so much respect for Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey, Tre'Davious White, Marshawn Lattimore. Those guys and AJ Terrell. Those guys can play on the island by themselves. Literally, some guys play a lot of zone coverage, and some guys are protected. Those guys that I named are not kind of protected. J.C. Jackson sometimes, but he plays under zone sometimes. But I'll say Slay right now. But
I'll give the number 2 more than number 1. I think the Chargers paid him way too much. I want to pay him.
Bugging.
I'm bugging, but that's my opinion. You can't take that away, can you?
I respect it, but I don't know, man. J.C. Jackson, he's been a beast since
J.C. Jackson got burned by a CeeDee Lamb. I guess he was so good, right?
Dog, I don't know.
But that's the thing, like elite. I'm not like I would say CeeDee Lamb's like a step below elite. Like there's elite, and then there's like the next tier, and there's CeeDee Lamb's in that tier. Like he's a good receiver.
DJ Moore is better than me.
I think losing Coop is going to be more harmful than better for him. Like I think Coop, even in his older stages, he was still taking pressure.
DJ Moore is better than AJ Brown too. I think that.
DJ Moore?
Yes.
We need to take a picture of him.
DJ Moore is better than AJ Brown.
You're smoking crack.
I'm not. Wait, you said, you said Jalen Hurts better than Josh. I don't want to hear nothing.
Jalen Hurts progression better than him right now. Obviously, they only could do like what I'm saying. Like in terms of players that have been playing the same. About how long DJ Moore been late? Is he the same
4
years?
4 years.
Yeah, so he's been longer than AJ. No. Like Jalen Hurts only started 1 year, so it's like obviously Josh Allen last year overall was a better quarterback. I'm just saying like the progression that Jalen Hurts is on is way better than what he did at that time.
Can we talk about the Jalen Hurts and Josh? Because I think it's very interesting because people don't remember how Josh Allen was getting a lot of bus verticals, especially when people thought Baker Mayfield was better than Josh Allen. A lot of people thought that, And I think it's funny because a lot of people are saying, well, he's not Josh Allen. Well, if you remember right, Josh Allen was struggling with accuracy. He
was at the start of his career, but he got
okay. And Jalen Hurts is only in year 2, in my opinion. You can count the rookie years. You could say, well, he played in his rookie year. Not really. I consider last year was his rookie year because he didn't play a full season, in my opinion. That counts as a rookie when you play your full season and you're really that quarterback. He really wasn't that quarterback in that year when Carson Wentz was really the guy. And we just needed to put him in because how bad and atrocious he was at the time. So Jalen Hurts was in his full rookie season last year, right? Josh Allen in his rookie year wasn't the best when it came out to accuracy. It took him a while to be that guy. So Josh Allen didn't come out the gate and be that guy. He had to go through some things. He had to go through some coaching. So we could sit there and say, well, he can't be Josh Allen. I'm not saying he's Josh Allen. I'm saying that he's going through the exact same stuff that people said about Josh Allen, that he's not accurate, that he's a noodle arm, this and that. When let's be real, it's none of it's true. Jalen Hurts don't have a noodle arm. What he has is accuracy issues. And that is something that coaching can fix. You're not going to always have no quarterback has a big arm. And when they do, not a lot of times they end up being good. Drew Brees don't have the biggest arm, but he has good accuracy and he can hit his targets. You don't need the biggest arm to be the guy. What you need is accuracy and learn how to read defense. And some young quarterbacks struggle with that. And I get that because young quarterbacks keep. Let me finish, all right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, no problem. Because I did before. I ain't gonna say we're gonna work on not cutting each other off. I'll do the exact same thing to you, all right? But when people tell me, well, he's not Josh Allen, I don't expect him to be Josh Allen. What I expect is Jalen Hurts to take the next step. And I think when people tell me, oh, Josh Allen's not Jalen Hurts, I think kind of it's similar to Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen, when he first came out, had issues with accuracy. And there was a lot of Bills. My uncle was a Bills fan. He told me straight out, I don't think the guy's the guy. And I said, give him a chance. He said, he's horrible. He doesn't have an arm, and he's a noodle arm. He said, I'd rather get Tyrod Taylor back. And I told him, he's only rookie year. And this was when I went up to my, because they're not, at the time, my uncle and I think I was watching Eagles game downstairs. My uncle was watching Bills game. And I went to see what's up, and Josh Allen was atrocious that game, all right? He was atrocious that game, okay? And my uncle said he wasn't the guy. And then the next year, he started liking him again. I haven't talked to my uncle in a while, but he liked him again. I'm sure he likes him because he took him to almost a Super Bowl. But it takes a while for quarterbacks to be Josh Allen. It takes him a while. Even Mahomes had to sit back and learn from a guy like Alex Smith. Alex Smith's not a great quarterback, but he gave him some veteran knowledge to put in his game. Because honestly, if Mahomes was on a different, like a same thing where he had to be put in the fire round one, I don't think he would be Mahomes that you thought he would be. A lot of people think Mahomes is this great quarterback. He might be, and we're going to find out if Mahomes is that guy, because I know you like Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster is going to do what a lot of people think he is. I think Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be good number 2. I don't think he's a number 1. I don't think he's going to be Tyreek Hill, where Tyreek Hill was really that threat. I think Mahomes is going to go through some, hey, you got all the,
You got Travis.
weapons.
That's a big plus for him. Plus, like
Travis is good, but Tyreek Hill was
a little
you got to admit, Tyreek Hill. But then again, Tyreek Hill is going for a quarterback that has a new arm. So when people talk about Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa was not good at throwing the ball. So it is what it is. Tua stinks, dude. I'll take Jalen Hurts over him.
Drew said DJ Moore is a beast. I watched film on him based off of ECG suggestion. DJ Moore is more refined than AJ Brown, but I think AJ will improve and is better after the catch.
Well, I think DJ Moore and AJ Brown are 2 separate receivers. We got to understand, receivers are not always the same. They're 2 different skill sets.
That's why you compare them.
Well, you compared them. You told me AJ Brown and DJ Moore is better than AJ Brown. AJ Brown is not a DJ Moore. AJ Brown is a guy that goes up and gets the ball. DJ Moore is a guy that is like a CD Lamb. That's a yak yard receiver. He's not a guy that catches 50-50 balls. Correct me if I'm wrong. CD Lamb is a yak yard receiver.
Develop to be a player as good as
he's had 3 1,000-yard seasons, bro. Don't disrespect him like that.
Because you're the only guy on their team. Like, you're getting thrown the ball to you pretty much every down. Like, they're not. See, what's his name? Christian McCaffrey's been hurt, so they haven't been running the ball like they normally do. You know what I'm saying? I think if Christian McCaffrey, those numbers are not going to be as high. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know. I just think AJ's that dude. Like, he does it with less volume, more impactful players. Like, more impactful plays in the game than a DJ Moore. Like I say, he's bigger, he's physical, more physical, so he can block better. So there's more plus side for AJ than there is for a DJ.
I think Ryan Tannehill just stinks, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Ryan Tannehill.
Who the fuck DJ Moore have? Sam Darnold?
Who's better?
I mean,
we're not going to be USC players.
We got the greatest quarterback in the world, man. Baker Mayfield is here to stay.
He's struggling to come along in the season in the league.
Hey, guess what? He had the greatest quarterback in the world. Everybody thought Baker Mayfield's here to stay, man. So he'll have a great quarterback. Man.
No, I'm just saying.
You think Baker's ass? What's y'all opinion for real? Y'all really think Baker's ass?
Nah, hell no. Baker's not ass.
I think Baker's a good quarterback.
Well, listen. This man had a full roster team. He couldn't even beat him.
I think if you say Baker's ass, you might as well say Kyler's ass and Hurts' ass. They kind of it's a very similar quarterback. I think
Jalen Hurts is way better. I think Jalen Hurts
got a better upside than those guys, but
I think Jalen Hurts is better than those. Kyler Murray's overrated, dude. I'm sorry, he's terrible. He's a small ass midget child who has no knowledge, no idea. He can't see the freaking field, and he's one of the worst passing yards. He's ass, dude. And he's one of the worst playoff.
That is trying to figure his way throughout the league. Okay,
BG,
I can't handle my USC players, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm sorry, he's not legit. I'll say that.
Sam Darnold is ass. He's
okay, he is ass. But I'm saying, like,
He's ass. He's ass.
Hey, he's in the NFL, so
He's
You know
trash.
who is
That's
ass
good.
this year right now?
He
Carson
made his
Wentz. But
streak.
different. We got a
True.
commander champion. Never mind.
Carson Wentz is not ass though. I don't think he's ass.
No, he's
Ah,
ass now.
I
He
don't
wasn't
know.
ass before.
He's not ass though. I mean, he wasn't terrible last year.
Who do you think is better, Carson or Baker?
Oh,
Carson.
Baker. I would take Baker.
Carson.
I'll take Baker.
Carson Wentz is way better than Baker
You think
Mayfield. stinks,
Carson is
dude.
better than Baker?
Baker Mayfield.
I
Baker
don't
Mayfield stinks, bro. The dude
He's
had a
not
full round.
terrible, bro.
He's
Not
terrible.
terrible.
You want to talk about a guy who can't throw the freaking ball? That dude cannot throw a ball. He overthrew Odell Beckham Jr. so many freaking times, dude. He's terrible, man. And he's a bad teammate. He's a locker room cancer. This guy was seeing Kanye West
Whoa.
lyrics in a goddamn press conference. That guy is not a good teammate at all, and he's a locker room cancer. There's a reason why Deshaun Watson went to Cleveland, because they realized the quarterback situation was not good. Okay, the reason why they paid Deshaun Watson all that money, and yes, he's suspended for 6 games, but they're looking at long term. Baker Mayfield was traded because he cannot be the guy. He did not have the skill set to be the guy, and they gave him so many chances. They gave him a new head
You
coach,
think-
a
I
brand
think
new.
they just knew that they
Hold
needed
on,
a little
hold
bit
on,
more better play.
Hold up. They
They
gave
didn't
him a
have the
brand new head
talent
coach.
anymore.
This man had Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry, two legit receivers that were literally producing numbers. They traded to get Olivia Vernon, right? They went out and
How
got
much
a
did
full
they
roster
actually
with
play
Miles
together?
Garrett.
How
Miles
much did
Garrett
they
is
actually
a
play
star.
together? OBJ and Landry. They one of them was always hurt.
It don't matter. The man had
That doesn't
weapons.
matter. What are you talking
It
about?
doesn't matter. The
matters.
Baker Mayfield is garbage.
If
He's
you had
literally one
OBJ
of
and
the worst
Landry the whole
quarterbacks
time,
I've ever seen.
I think Baker has better numbers.
I mean, he could have better numbers. He also had a better team around him than Jalen Hurts did. He had a way better team than Deshaun Watson did. So, I mean, what are we talking about? That Baker Mayfield stinks. And Kyler Murray's just as overrated as hell. The dude had one of the worst playoff games. I think he should be in the hot seat just like Jalen Hurts. What does he get a pass for? What, he's
There's
a
a lot
first
of
round
players
pick?
that had worse playoff games, even though Jalen's was hurt.
I mean, Jalen Hurts to me
I
showed me
think
more
Dak's playoff
effort.
game was worse. Kyler's definitely was worse.
Well, Kyler should have been
Right.
better because he's not in his
Yeah.
second year. But it's just
I
funny
think
how
Jalen's
people want
better
to
than
tell me
that,
Baker Mayfield
that's
had
my
nothing
opinion.
around him. Baker Mayfield had Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams. I mean, he had listen. They gave him everything. So the fact that people run around and make excuses, I would love to see them make excuses for this Jalen Hurts. And I don't think people want to hate on Jalen Hurts, but they won't make so many excuses for these guys like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray had DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, Jalen Hurts would die for that dude, and if he didn't have an AJ Brown. We're gonna see what Jalen Hurts has with AJ Brown, because all these quarterbacks that people want to say don't have anything. Listen, Jalen Hurts don't need everything to be legit. And now you just give him two number one receivers. Good luck. We're going to do so many damage to these teams, bro. Do you know what we just gave them? We basically gave them. We just made them Thanos. Basically, we gave them the whole world, and they don't know it yet. Jalen Hurts is ready to dominate. You just gave them two legit weapons that are going to kill corners this year. Good luck, man. Put AJ Brown. I want AJ Brown on Anthony Brown. Put Devontae Smith on Diggs. I want to see if Cowboys have a second corner, because every Cowboy fan talk about CeeDee Lamb. Listen, you don't need to worry about CeeDee Lamb. You need to worry about who's your second corner, because I don't know if your second corner is ready for AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. You know what I'm saying? Even Quez Watson's going to kill these corners, bro. Y'all running around here like Dak's go. Dak don't play defense. So, yeah, your receiver might be good, but so is ours. And we got a way better defense than the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Cowboys are getting swept this year. You're getting swept. And you know what? I ain't going to say no more. I'm just going to let you know when it's week 6 when we whip that behind. Just believe that.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
why I made a bet with Boys for Life. Because anyway you look at it, 16-1, whether I win or lose, I might stick Cowboy stickers on my face and still embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that Cowboys team is trash. And when you lost Randy Gregory, and didn't you just lose your tight end too? Didn't you not just pay him? Y'all in for a rude awakening. You're going to learn what it's like. You're going to learn what it's like to beat the Eagles last year. Because y'all got to find out what it's like to lose players. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't got a Howard Roseman that can, as much as I don't like Howard Roseman, he's done a great job. And he's done everything he's possible to do. And, when he does things and he gets aggressive, we usually go to championships this year. Okay. That's why I always say, if Howard Roseman done this every year, we'd probably be a dynasty. Howard Roseman's put this team together. And I think people are realizing, People are sitting there telling me, oh, they're not going to be this good. All right. Because Jalen Hurts was there. Now, if Russell Wilson was there, they'd be claiming us as Super Bowl champions. And I'm glad we didn't get Russell Wilson because we got a guy that I think people are going to be shocked. I think people are going to be nervous about for a while because this kid is not here just for 1 year. This kid knows he's the future. This kid knows people are down in him, and he thrives. Jalen Hurts thrives on people hating on him. He thrives on it. He loves it. So you keep on making videos telling him he has a new arm. You don't think Jalen Hurts sees that? Jalen Hurts thrives and licks his chops at, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? When I come on here on that stadium and I'm lighting teams up, I can't wait because I don't see any team beating us this year except the Packers. I don't see Jacksonville beating us. The Giants, come on, man. Daniel Jones is literally going to get sacked. That man had relying on rookie offensive tackle to be their guy. Man, they don't even know if that dude's another Andre Dillard. They don't even know that. They're hoping he's not. But listen, they have a rookie head coach we don't know anything about. They don't know anything about their scheme. They're still trying to find their quarterback. I think Tyler Tiller might start week 3, because I don't know if Dan Jones is going to be able to, succeed in that system, and I'm not feeling the Giants one bit. I think we're sweeping the whole division this year. And I do say 16-1 because I don't name me a team that scares me. Y'all run around here like this. These teams are scary. They're not. The Cowboys got more of a scary schedule, if you ask me. Have you seen their schedule? Have you seen the Giants' schedule? Giants, I think, play the Carolina Panthers, and then they play the Tennessee Titans. Week 1, Carolina, and week 2, the Tennessee Titans. The Commanders have a scary schedule, too. So how are they not hard, but we're hard? We have the hardest schedule, but that's not true. They have the hardest schedule. If I'm playing Tennessee week 2, I'm not picking us to win that game. I'm picking us to lose that game, but I have us beating Tennessee because I think we're a better team. I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't believe first of all, I wouldn't be saying this if AJ Brown wasn't on this team. I believe AJ Brown made it better,
faith,
and I think defense is better.
my brother. What up, AK? How you doing, my guy? If I let Eagles Chap here talk the whole show,
I'm sorry, but I'll mute myself.
Much love to you, champ. But what up, AK? I can't hear you.
I'm muted. I'm just stopping in to chill out for a little, dude. Just saying what's up.
What's up, man? How you feeling about the season starting?
I'm excited. It's about time. It's been too long. I'm ready for football to start back up again, man. I'm tired of talking about the same old stuff all the time. Now we should hopefully have new stuff to talk about here soon. And just in general, man, I'm just ready for football. I'm ready to see it all out there on the field. I'm ready for the excitement to come back. I'm ready for the bullshit to start again and the shit talking to start. And everything that comes with it, dude. It's football, man. You love it, hate it. Football is football. You're always going to have excitement. You're always going to have arguments. You're always going to have awesome content, and you're always going to build great friendships. So I'm just waiting, man. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good year.
Yes, sir. Definitely. I think you guys should just mark it down as the greatest Eagle season you ever seen. Like, I think it could be that special. It could be that special where we're sitting here, next year thinking like, dang, man, how do we get better than that? How do we get better than that? Especially we keep some players, bring some players back, and they are these studs. They are, Pro Bowlers, and we go deep into the playoffs, and then next year you got 2 first-round picks. It's like the Eagles are either set up for the next, 5 years to be dominant, or, they might not do too much. Because I think if you can't get it together with the roster you got right now, if we go win like 8, 9 games, then there's a problem. And I don't think the coaches in there are going to fix that problem.
Listen. My thought, I'll cut you off. If Jonathan Gannon is the reason why we're losing this game, I want him fired in week 3. There should be no reason why we should be losing to any of these teams. I don't want to see no corner on a tight end. I don't want to see none of that. If we lose to the Lions week 1, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say I'm Ron AK-47. Why that? I'm not. What did I say? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll be watching a lot of other people. But anyway, Eagles Uncensored. Sorry, no, I'll be Ron.
AK Eagles Uncensored. Yeah, that's retired.
That's retired.
Oh yeah, dude. I haven't been uncensored in like 5 months.
It's the
Seriously.
edited version.
Yeah.
I'll be watching live. Thing. My fault. But if we lose to the Lions, bro, someone got to get fired, dude. Because well, you cannot lose to that team. I don't
I
care
would
what
say
they
if we lose
have.
the Lions, I would be pissed. I
I
think
want
it's
them
gonna
to
be a
get it off
closer
that
game
game
than
too.
everybody thinks, but I'll be
Yo,
mildly
to
furious.
answer your question, bro, we come out and win 8 games this year. Everyone's getting fired. Everyone's getting fired. I'm sorry, bro, but
I
from the
might get
quarterback,
fired from my job then,
from the
bro.
quarterback up, bro, everyone
Yeah,
is getting
Jalen's
fired.
getting traded. All the coaches getting fired.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I'm
Clean house.
the whole fucking thing down. Like, dude, if
They're
you
like,
come
make
out
sure the
with this
Eagles have
talk,
$100 million in the salary cap because no one's on the team.
bro,
Well, by then I'll have Cowboy stickers on my face because I already lost that 16-1 bet. But hey, it is alright.
yeah,
Eight
you know,
games.
you
If we
come out.
won less than we won last year, that would be stupid.
That's a disgrace, dude.
Well,
And
well,
I'll tell you what,
but,
man, like, you're representing Philly, one of the toughest cities in the world, and we ride and die with you. If you come out with this roster and
We'll
get 8,
burn the stadium down.
you all are fired. I don't give a fuck who you are. Get the fuck off my team because I'm rebuilding shit from the ground up.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
but,
That,
but like, listen. Hey, I just think this Eagles team is legit, man. Like I've
They
been saying
are.
this for a while. Like,
I'm
I've
just
been saying
saying.
this for. I've never seen a roster like this in a long time. And I think people got so used to saying, "Oh, well, it's bad to say high expectations." I think it's perfect to say that this year. Yes, we haven't seen this team play, but when you look at this team, we're seeing a head coach in the second year. You know, Doug Peterson was the second year. I'm not saying this team's going to be 17. I'm saying this team is for real because I see the talent. I see talent everywhere. This depth is everywhere with the defense tackles, with the defensive ends, hell, linebackers, cornerbacks. You
A
know,
lot of people like to use the whole chemistry thing, right? And I just say like this: like most teams that were successful for doing what we're doing, adding the talent that we're added to our team, on their team when they were successful at doing it, they had less time. Like we've done it. They've already been hanging out for months. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not like training camp starts tomorrow, real practice, but these guys been practicing together already. They've been already
man,
training together, hanging out with each other, bonding together. You know what I'm saying? So the whole we need they need to get the chemistry on the field. I believe that will be, they should have enough chemistry, 5 months before the season start to by the time that season start to be able to go play some good football at a high level together. Like
man,
I'm
I
over
don't
like
rate training
I think
camp.
that
Can we just
chemistry
start
thing is
week
like
one?
overrated when it comes to like you've seen the
Mhm.
Rams pick up players at the trading deadlines to come in and ball out. You've seen Tampa Bay go pick up players, right before the season and go ball out. It's like why can't you just accept that this happened to our team this year and we've had it for months already? You know what I'm saying? Like they've been here.
no,
Like
and
we've been.
I get you, bro. And listen, this is one of my biggest fears as well. Maybe you guys are right. Like I've always told you, I have us around 11 and 12 wins. That be just being respectable, being fair. But say you guys are right, man. Say this team comes out and just fucking steamrolls the shit out of everyone, and they get this. I just don't want us to get false hope to the point when you step into the playoff games and you actually play the real teams that fucking matter. That's when you see the weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want these guys to come out and do great and then truly show what we are. Like if that's what we're gonna be, then that's what I want you to be. Like that's my biggest fear. Like because how weak our roster or our schedule is, and how good our roster is. If everyone stays healthy and we do great, what are you gonna do against the Rams and shit? That's when the moments
But
matter.
that's the thing, though. If we do great,
But
I believe we're gonna do great against them too. Like it's
I would
like
hope.
I'm saying, like if we struggle this year, where we're like barely winning these games, off of lucky plays or
Yeah.
late, game heroics type things on some of these teams that should be easy wins, then yes, you might want to worry about that time to play. But if we're actually steamrolling teams, looking like the greatest show on turf type thing, which they have the capability and the talent on the roster to put up an offense like that, and our defense stopping everybody, like, man, it'll be for everybody can get it. Everybody will be able to get it. Like, I don't think there's, like I said, I don't think there's a team in the league. Like, to be honest, I think we have the best team in the NFL right now.
I do
Like,
too.
a little bit's bias, but a lot of it's just like legitly like depth wise and like every single position wise, like not really having any weaknesses. We have like the best team. I can't really name a team that's totally stacked. Like I know good teams out there, your Tampa Bays and stuff like that, but I can
See,
see positions that they have holes in or not as good as we are in, too at the same time. So
and it's not really being biased is the truth because when I look at the schedule, it's a Green Bay because I only put it Green Bay because I think Aaron Rodgers, right? And he's beaten us at home many times, right? All right, and to me, Aaron Rodgers is the only weak quarterback that we really play. Like when I see the schedule, I don't like, and I see the other MC's teams, right? Cowboys are playing the Buccaneers and the Bengals. Those are two tough teams they're playing, right? We're not playing the Bengals. We're not playing the Rams. We're not playing the Buccaneers. We're not playing the Denver Broncos with Russell Wilson. We're not playing none of those teams, right? We're not playing Kansas City. We're not playing the Raiders. We're not playing none of it. So we're playing easy teams, right? Yes. Can the Jacksonville Jaguars shock everyone and come and beat us? I guess so. Is it likely? No, not really, because I think that we're a better team than Jacksonville, and Jacksonville has a new head coach that's running his team. I like Doug Peterson, but Doug Peterson also is he's coming to a new scheme. I mean, new city with new players, a new quarterback, right? In his second year, Lawrence's his second year.
Yep.
And he's going against a team that is solidified, that has already experience. Like Jalen's going to be in the second year, in my opinion. Yes, you can say his rookie year. Well, I don't count rookie years because I look at rookie years to me don't count.
Just say his second full season.
Yeah, second full season. And he's going to have two legit receivers. I keep on saying, who's going to stop AJ and Devontae Smith? Because if you guard those two, you shut those two down, Quez Watkins is getting open. Dallas Scott is getting open. Miles Sanders and Gainwell can catch out the backfield. With Miles Sanders decide not to, have no snaggle or hands, he can catch out the backfield. It's up to him. And like I said, if I'm the Eagles, I'm making a call to the Pats and getting Damian Harris in Philadelphia. That's exactly what I do because I think we need that bruiser running back. That's the only weakness I see is another running back. I think you need that Jordan Howard running back. Because I don't know what the Oklahoma undrafted running back. I like the running back that we got, but if you can get Damian Harris in Philadelphia. So I heard the Pats might consider trading him. What, you might give up a seventh, maybe a third, I would do it, because only it makes the running back more, explosive. And now that you got to run stuff, so then you could add a Miles Sanders that can just gas through the whole defense, because I think Jordan Howard for a while wasn't healthy, and that's why I saw him not being played that much, because he wasn't healthy. And then when he came back, you start seeing him, and then you saw the running game goes, I just think that we're a better team. I really do. Our defense is a lot better. We got new linebackers. How many times have we been saying we need linebackers? We need linebackers. BG31 been saying we should trade for Patrick Queen, even though I don't think that would happen, because I don't think the Ravens would be stupid enough to trade it Patrick Queen, for anything, because he's their best linebacker. But now you got Nakobe Dean, you got Hassan Reddick, you got Patrick Johnson, that postal linebacker that we drafted that so flashes. You still got Jacoby Stevens that people are still sleeping on, that I think people are going to be shocked when this guy's producing. Because I really
see what happened with Jacoby Stevens.
I really do, because I think this guy, when the way, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean that. My fault. But Jacoby Stevens is a guy that I think people are sleeping on, because they're focused on these moves. But Jacoby Stevens has something to prove, and then you go out and you get a James Bradbury, you get a Darius Slay. These are two corners that were last year top 10. Now they're suddenly trash because Bradbury comes to Philadelphia, but they weren't trash when the Giants were except he had one bad year. So now you add two corners on each side. How many receivers are going to be scoring on that team? I don't think that many. We might be holding a lot of teams to certain points. I'm sure there are going to be some teams that are going to beat us downfield, but not as bad at what it was. Because we were able to, win a championship with Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills. And let's say those two, to me, were not that good. So you got a good front four. You got a good linebackers. You got linebacker depth, defensive end on each, as you can rotate. And now that you add two legit receivers, Devontae and AJ Brown are going to work corners to death. Because guess what? It's going to be a handful. And I'm just interested, who are they going to match up against? Because one of them is going to burn you down the field. If you leave AJ Brown burn you, that's cool. It's good for and we look at Jalen Hurts is going to have all day to throw. That offensive line that we have is going to be really, really good. So they're not going to get the Jalen Hurts because guess what? All these weapons, they're going to have to worry about AJ Brown. So they're not going to be able to box the be able to box them like they did last year. Now they have to be able to cover these receivers because these receivers are going to be threats. So it's going to open up a lot of the running game. It's going to open up a lot for Dallas Goedert. It's going to open up for a lot for Quez Watkins and his receiving core because now Jalen Hurts is not the only threat now. We still got to also worry about him running. You got to also worry about him using his legs, making standing plays. And then, he still can, if he works on his accuracy, now you got to work about his arms. So, again, I don't know how you're going to be able to stop us because for a while we didn't have an age range. Even Alshon Jeffrey, he was really a number 2. He wasn't a number 1. He was just our best number 2 at the time, and people think he's a number 1. But A.J. Brown is a bona fide number 1. He's been a bona fide number 1 for Ryan Tannehill, and now he's going to be bona fide number 1 for Jalen Hurts. And then you add Devontae Smith, who's been that number 1 since last year with Jalen Hurts. He didn't get the opportunity. So now you add those two. I mean, good luck defense stopping us, is all I got to say.
That's going to be a problem for sure, man. For sure. Who you got, AK, who do you think is going to be a sleeper, that stands out of camp? We always have them camp standouts. Who do you think is going to be a guy that no one's talking about right now that's going to come out in camp and shock us?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now, it's Kennedy Brooks. We just talked about him. I've been high on this guy since we drafted him. This kid, he's not the fastest, nor is he the strongest, but he runs like Le'Veon Bell. And what I mean by that is he's very patient. He's got good vision. He waits for the holes and he bursts through them. He's not like Miles where he'll dance around in the backfield and wait too long. When he sees the hole, he bursts right through it and he'll get you 40-yard runs. He will get caught. He will get drugged down. But, he's got good elusiveness. He's got good hand and eye coordination. He's got good vision. He's got good footwork. The kid's something, man. And it's actually quite amazing he went undrafted. He was actually a player who could have been drafted. But we had so much good talent this year in the draft, dude, that there was people him that were undrafted that got picked up that should have been drafted. So
there's a lot of players that should have in other drafts would have got drafted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
We got a lot of them on our team. Job should have been drafted. Like you said, Brooks should have been drafted. The quarterback we got, Carson Strong, should have been drafted. Like there's a lot of players that should have got drafted.
Yeah, so I think Kennedy can turn some heads, and I hope he does. I hope he makes the team, dude. I really do.
I hope he is that power back.
Well, like I said, he's not the biggest guy. He's not the strongest. He's not the fastest. But it's how he runs that makes him really good. You know what I mean?
He can run, bro. Like, if you don't catch up to him, he can. Like, I think people are going to be shocked because this guy, if he does get his opportunities, I think he can blow people away with his speed because I seen someone try, like, he ran one time and it took two people to try to chase him down and they couldn't catch up to him. Like, he has wheels. So I like Kenny Brooks.
Oh, dude, his form in college is nasty, man. Definitely go check it out.
He reminded me of Miles Sanders, though.
But here's the thing. Miles Sanders got to work on just hitting holes, bro. Because even the Kansas City game, I was watching it again, and there's so many holes where I don't think he's so focused on getting that big run that he's not even seeing the holes that could get him that big run.
I think Miles does a great job running the ball. Like, people might think
I honestly think Miles Sanders
does a great job.
No, he does do a great job running the ball.
When you're a dancer, that's going to get you some negative plays for one. For two, it's like we really haven't ran him like he needed to be run, for 2 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really didn't run him like the way he needed to be ran until last year, week 8 or 9. And that's when you start seeing him having more productive games. But then he got hurt again because he's not being used correctly. Like if Miles Sanders was used correctly, like we use Shady, like we use other running backs. Shady, remember Shady used to kept the ball way high and out there, in his arm, and the coaches all be like, "Put it away, Shady," and he didn't care. He always ran because that's just his
I
style.
know the trust factor comes into play with that, dude.
Yeah,
You could trust when you put it in McCoy's hand. That ball was going everywhere. You know what? You can't always say that for Miles. There's a way there.
Miles also has. I mean, how many chances are you going to give him when he can't stay out? The Miles Sanders got. I mean, dude, he sometimes fumbles. He coughs up the ball. I mean, am I going to rely on him to get those yards? And now that he can't stay healthy, I mean, we talk about how many opportunities we give him. I mean, when you're not hitting the holes, when you're dancing, I mean, his coaches are like, and that's probably. I think Hugh Stanley got fed up with Miles Sanders too. And when you look at it, Miles Sanders what did they put him in for? Boston Scott. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Jordan Howard and Boston Scott better than doing that did with Miles Sanders. Because I think they hit the holes and they were a really good force when they were on the field. I really enjoyed Jordan Howard and Boston Scott over Miles Sanders any day.
Now, when I said that though, that's not what I was getting at, and I hope you weren't taking that away from what I was saying. Miles Sanders is a phenomenal halfback. Like, I mean, look at his numbers; it shows. What I'm saying is there is times that he dances too much. I wish he would take an off season and work with Le'Veon Bell, dude, because Miles Sanders runs a lot like Le'Veon. He just waits too long. A lot of times, like he needs to just find it quick and go, but there's times that he'll wait just 2 seconds too long, and I want him to get that timing down, dude. If he gets that timing down, he's going to be disgusting. You're probably looking at like a 1,500 yard rusher right there.
But then you also look at what he said. You heard him say that he just needs more opportunities. He needs the ball more. If he instead of waiting the first couple of quarters before you really start getting going, start out the beginning of the game. Like I told people, I want to see him start out running that football often and early, and let him get his touches early. Let him to be like in that first quarter.
Before you go, Eagles champ, because you'll be going then. Scoob, I can't say that, bro. The only thing that I can say about Hardy signing is they're just bringing in competition for like Scott and Brooks and him. But I can't say he hasn't done anything, or it says a lot about Brooks because they haven't even started training camp yet. So, I mean, I think it's just a competition thing, honestly, which I'm all for. Bring it.
I just think Miles Sanders regrets from his rookie year. I mean, when you look at Miles Sanders' rookie year, he was able to hit the holes, catch out the backfield, did punt returns. I mean, I don't know.
More opportunities his rookie year.
But here's the thing, Birdgang, right? Miles Sanders is the guy that he thinks too much. He really thinks too much. If he just allows the running backs, if he allows the offensive line to work the way they should, he would get a lot more. I see Miles Sanders try too hard. Like, for example,
but when you don't have confidence on your coaching staff or whatever, the fact that your coaching staff not giving you the ball like you need to get,
why don't they give him the ball? Why don't they give him the ball? Because they don't trust him.
Every time you get the ball like that. That's a coaching thing.
They don't trust them. They don't trust Miles Sanders. They don't trust Miles Sanders with the ball. They think that he will either fumble or get hurt. How are you going to trust a running back when he doesn't give you the trust to give you in the first place?
I don't do this very often, so clip it. To a point, EC1 is not wrong. Yes, AK said it for once. Listen, when I noticed last year that he Gainwell, huh?
I said I appreciate that, man.
No, I gotta give the credit where at least how I see it to a point. When they were giving the ball to Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott inside the 5-yard line, that did speak a little bit to me, because to me as a coach and you, BG, who would have had that ball at the 5? Miles Sanders, because that's my guy. That's my running back 1, right? And the running back 1 should always have that ball in that situation, okay? But many, many times it was not him. And that did speak loud to me. That did show me, all right, you don't trust this man within the 5-yard line of the end zone, but why? I don't know why. but they have
Or
a
you
reason.
could just say it's them having the confidence in any running back to do it.
Well,
Our offensive line is the reason why we score all those inside touchdowns, and most of those times Sanders would be coming off a long run, so it's just luck of the draw. You know, he had a nice 20, 30-yard run.
yeah, you
All of
can
a
add
sudden,
some of those in there. I agree with you, but dude, there was a lot of times he was not in there. I mean, a lot.
yeah, that was.
You know, Gainwell I think had 6 touchdowns last year, and so did and Scott had like 5. Like that's what I'm talking about. And Miles had none. Like, you can't tell me that you couldn't have gave Miles one of those touches to get him in. That's my point. Like, when I look at it, I do understand where he's coming from, where he sees maybe there could be a trust thing, because usually your running back one gets those touches to get those touchdowns. I don't care who you are. Even if
he did get that change, he
even
got
if
that change.
you make an 80-yard run, I guarantee you, if I'm exhausted and I made an 80-yard run and got to the 5, I'm finishing that shit. I don't give a
Right.
fuck.
I'll be tired after.
You know what I mean? I'll be tired after, when my ass is sitting on the bench while my defense does the fucking work. But they didn't do that. And that's what I'm saying. That's what ultimately makes me do wonder. And we all have to remember, too, Nick did not draft him. So it's not even a guarantee that he wants him. It might not be the type of back he wants. I don't know, man. But I do know where he's coming from for the trust factor point of view, because you can't tell me Miles couldn't have had one of those. Just one, you know.
And that makes me think, right? Because we see, like, and you like Brooks, but I think there's another guy that we're not, what we should be looking into. Because, you know, the Patriots obviously are looking to trade Damon Harris from Alabama, right? This is the guy that I think the Eagles should be very interested in. And I'm wondering, would Howie Roseman consider trading Miles Sanders for Damon Harris? You know, the Patriots need a running back, right? If Damon Harris goes, they need a running back. You know, he would help Mac Jones tremendously. He would be the guy that they would rely on at the backfield. I think also is the fact that Miles Sanders, when he came in with Carson Wentz, he was the guy. You know, he was the target. You know, now you have Devontae Smith. So he's not the real target anymore. I mean, he's a good running back to have, but he's not. He always been the guy since when we drafted him, because we didn't have a legit receiver, unless you want to count Ashton Jeffrey, who couldn't stay healthy, or an old Deshaun Jackson. But he's always been that weapon for us, you know. And I think that really also is the reason why Miles Sanders is not the same dude, because he's always been that weapon for us. If that makes any sense, would the Eagles consider trading Miles Sanders to New England, where, you know, he would be that guy for Mac Jones that could catch out the backfield, that could be explosive running back, you know? And will Bill Belichick be considered, you know, could he maybe help Miles Sanders in a way?
You trying to say you think Damien is better than Miles Sanders?
Oh, I'll take Damon Harris over Miles Sanders any day. Any day.
No.
Are you crazy?
No.
Did you see what he did in New England? He was a monster. Harrison in Alabama was good too. I'll take Miles.
All those New England running backs are good. I don't think he's better than Miles Sanders.
Let me ask you an honest question. Now, I want your honest opinion. I'm not going to make fun. Who would you take over Miles Sanders?
What, running backs?
Yeah. What running backs would you take over Miles Sanders? Just
like
opinion.
in the NFL or?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
okay. I take Najee Harris over him. I take Damien Harris over him. I take Derrick Henry over him. I take who else? Jonathan Taylor over him. I take Saquon Barkley over him. I think that the fact that he got hurt once time and people call him injury prone is ridiculous. I take him over him.
Fair. Okay.
I'd take Zeke over him, along with Pollard over him.
Wow.
I'll even take the dude from the Washington Commanders over him.
Wow.
You take Gibson?
Yeah. Yes, I would. Gibson is explosive. He's more explosive than me to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders to me is the rest since his rookie year. I don't think he's the same dude. You know, and I think
people that get the ball more though.
Wait, is there anyone else?
What about the Green Bay Packers running back? I take him over him.
Well, Aaron Jones is a beast.
Okay. How about Cooks?
Yeah.
Come
Yeah, I
on.
would. I mean, is it ridiculous to say? I mean, they've been productive. You know?
No. You're not. I'm not saying you're wrong. That's a pretty damn firm list. I just
because I can trust them to get those yards. I don't know
I just
about
think
Miles
a lot of
Sanders.
them are more
You got to
dependent.
tell
Their
me.
offense is dependent on a lot of them a lot more than Miles Sanders. Like
I
the
mean,
Eagles are trying to
we
not
would
make
depend more on
our
Miles
offense
Sanders,
dependent on the run game. They're trying to make
but
it
but
more
when your
dependent on
running
the
back
pass
is
game.
fumbling and he can't hit the holes,
He don't have that many
how am I
fumbles,
going to
man.
trust him to get more carries when I don't know if he's the guy? Because in order to get those carries, you got to be able to be trusted. And Miles Sanders, when you look at Duke Stanley, he took Miles Sanders out for Boston Scott. He
There's
was
another
already
one,
getting
Nick Chubb.
pissed off too. I
I was waiting
mean,
for that one.
you know,
Yeah,
Duke
Nick
Stanley
Chubb,
even
yeah.
said to Miles Sanders, come on. I mean, Duke Stanley got fed up with him. So again, this is not the first time they took
Real
Miles
quick,
Sanders
sorry,
out.
I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I know you're on your Miles Sanders kick, but did you guys see the tweet today about where Nick Chubb squatted 660? Did y'all see that shit, dude?
I took him over hitting Miles Sanders too.
Dude, Nick Chubb was squatting 660. That bar was fucking bending, bro. I was like, damn. Did it twice. Piece of cake. I was like, props to him, bro.
D. Henry did more than that though. D.
Oh, I
Henry
have no idea, but I know that's a lot, so props to him.
to squat in high school, no lie, I was squat at 725. That was my main thing. I had thunder thighs in high school. So that was my biggest thing. And they said because I was shorter,
Was that your nickname? Thunder
it
Thighs?
made it. What's that?
I said, was that your nickname? Thunder Thighs?
No. I mean, for nobody call me Little Train.
Yeah, Nick
Yeah,
Chubb
I would have loved
is a
to
beast,
call
bro.
Thunder Thighs, man. That would have been the dopest fucking nickname ever.
Nick Chubb is a beast,
Thunder
bro.
Thighs.
Well,
Remember Jamal Anderson and Maurice Jones-Drew? Those guys had some done.
yeah, MJD was good.
Yeah.
I like
He's just not a good analyst in my opinion. I think he's very biased, but he's a good running back.
Like, no one you stated, EC, that is wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. Any of those guys are great
I think
candidates.
a couple of those guys were wrong.
Well, Pollard might have been a bit far. I don't think I'd take Pollard over Miles.
I wouldn't take Zeke over Miles
Wait,
either.
who said? Wait, did someone say Miles Sanders is better than Nick Chubb?
No.
No.
Better
I
than
was
who?
about to say, bro, I'm gonna lose my
No.
mind. I'm
No.
gonna lose my mind.
No, he was just saying.
You want me to be real with you? I think Miles Sanders is the most overrated running back right now. I don't consider him as a top 10 running back.
No,
He got listen. Right, these running backs that I named have way better stats. They also hit the holes. Miles
Not very
Sanders,
many people got better stats than Miles. Like I understand the no touchdowns last year. You're gonna give him slack, but he still almost put up 800, and he still like leads the league in like yards per carry. You know what I'm saying? Like 5.5.
what year was that? That
For
was
your
what
whole
year?
career. That's a career stat. That's not. He's like top 5 in career.
hey, wait, come on, yo, Birdgang wasn't Eagles Sam talking about Josh Allen's first 2 years earlier? Can't do this. You gotta do
Miles
this.
Sanders was drafted in 2019, so it's not the same. Miles Sanders has been here since what?
I'm sorry, bro.
This fifth year. So he's been 4 years.
Nah, Allen was drafted a year earlier.
Question: didn't Miles Sanders finish the year last year with 7.7?
That's what I'm saying, bro. How can you write off a running back?
That's more than Derrick Henry, bro. You have to realize that.
But who's more productive? Him or
Derek went
I
MVP.
understand what you're saying. Derrick Henry's definitely more productive, but still.
Let me ask you a question. Who would you trust more? Would you trust Miles Sanders or Derrick
People don't
Henry?
even look at like
Derrick Henry more.
against run stopping defenses. That year Henry won MVP. Miles Sanders had more yards against run stopping defenses than Derrick Henry that year, and Derrick Henry was the MVP that year. That's a huge thing you gotta look at.
I don't look at yards. I look at who is going to get me that touchdown. Who's going to be that guy that can get my team down the field? I take Derrick Henry.
Running back to have 3 plus 70 plus yard touchdowns in the season.
Miles Sanders showed me one thing. Miles Sanders showed me a couple things. Number one, he has trouble holding on to the football. I can't trust a running back like that. How am I going to trust a running back when I know that he might? I'm holding my breath on the edge of the seat, knowing if he will fumble the football.
Like, how many fumbles does Miles Sanders really even have?
He shouldn't be fumbling at all. I mean, he's a running back. Why do you keep the ball in your hands? Stop trying to do too much. Hey, I'd rather you fall on the ground than get these big yards because you're keeping the drive alive. If you fumble and you get that big yard, don't mean nothing because you get the team back the ball, and you really don't count. I'd rather him just get the yards and fall down. Just fall down near behind, like Zach Ertz does when he catches the ball. He falls down. Fall down. You know? That's what I'm saying. Fall down. My fault.
No, and normal. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not excusing his injuries, man. I'm not. You know, the dude needs to figure out how to stay healthy. I don't know what he's got to do, but he needs to figure it out. Like, missing games is unexcusable. I get it. Some shit happens. You can't.
Like in his career,
Right.
Miles Sanders only has 7 fumbles.
That's still long, and that's still not good. That's not something to brag about either.
Well,
Because
wait. Hold on.
What's up, his rookie? I'll give a rookie maybe a second year, but
Hold a second.
still,
7 and only lost 4.
I need to say something here. How many carries does he have his entire career? Entire career.
480.
So he's only fumbled 7 times out of 480 attempts.
And only lost 4 of them.
That's really not that bad. I can't.
Not that
Jay
bad.
has the rest of recovery, and everybody loves him. So
No, but I'm just saying I can't bitch about that. I mean that's pretty
2,500
good.
yards. That's not bad.
I mean, some of them, he almost coughed back, but the team covered it. I mean, but still, I mean,
No, you're right.
that still will make a coach not want to trust you. Because they always say if you fumble, then
Like last year, you only had
you're
1
going to be
fumble.
reliable too. I'm not saying Miles Sanders is perfect, but when you, like, for example, when he went out of bounds, or kept either was it out of bounds or kept it was supposed to be stay. Anyway, you look at, he made a wrong decision by going out of bounds when they told him to stay in bounds. Like, that made coaches furious. That doesn't give you more carries. That gives them to say, "Hey, sit down, man. You're what are you doing?" And that gives Gainwell a chance because you just now say, "I can't even trust you to even put a team the best decision." How am I going to trust you when you can't do your job? And as my boss says, it says to me all the time before I got through my head, is that I always thought I was the best one. If you can't do your job, go home and I'll get someone else to do your job for you. And that's what I was taught. And that woke me up because I always thought, no one could replace me. You can get replaced any second, any time. If you're not doing your job out there, go home and let someone else do your job for you. Because the honest truth is, I can't trust Miles Sanders because he hasn't given me trust to believe in him.
And listen, he's never fumbled as a receiver, and he has almost 1,000 yards receiving in 3 years.
Fine, but
together he's over 3,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, and over 500 touches. You know what I'm saying? Like, to only have, man.
Yo, real quick, is H-Town trying to make a point here, man? I don't understand what this man is talking about.
Man. I don't know. He talk about it.
He's on a whole nother level here, and I'm not even understanding.
If we compare McNabb to Dak Prescott, just stop, dude. Just stop. Just stop, man. McNabb is a way better quarterback than Dak, bro. I mean, you'll have your opinion, but come on. We're not comparing Dak to McNabb. Stop.
No. 489 rushing touchdowns. Is that normal? No. But like I said, but BG has a point though as well. Whenever he says he hasn't been used right, I mean, like I said last year, there was 8 touchdowns the halfbacks had. Out of those 8, Miles didn't have any. Why? Like that's
But then you also got, this is probably the first year too, where Jalen ended up having 10 rushing touchdowns. Like normally, like Carson Wentz wasn't getting 10 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different running back. Like he's a different running back. He's a different quarterback. I mean, that he sucked. Like there are some of the times that Miles was in there and Jalen just took it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, having a guy like Jalen robs.
Having a guy like Jalen doesn't help you either.
Yeah, it robs you of touchdowns because there'll be a lot of times he'll keep it.
Why do you think they don't give him the touchdowns? Because they don't trust him. Nick Sirianni says, "I don't trust you, Miles Sanders. I trust Gainwell. Because I know Gainwell's going to give me
the most touchdowns. That's who they trusted the most.
No, that's not. Man, that's RPOs. Jalen chooses that ball during
that ball. That's not a coaching.
That's not a coaching decision. That's a Jalen.
I'm
Sure, he
but
could
from
have
that
handed
stat,
it off, but dude, if you're the guy with the ball and you see it open and you know you can score the touchdown, I'm not going to hand it off just to be nice to Miles. I'm going to take that shit.
facts.
I
Like
was
Jalen
talking
did
about
that a
Gainwell.
lot.
I was talking about Gainwell. I was saying that Nick Sanders don't trust him. That he'll say, "I Gainwell go get those
And some of
touchdowns."
those touchdown gamer ran over like 20 yarders, 30-yard runs that he just made a nice run and did his thing. Like it wasn't.
Listen, let me be real with
It was
you.
his
Let me
time in
be
the
real with you.
rotation. He took advantage of it. Like you gotta realize when you got an offensive line like this, any play can be a touchdown.
Let me be
So
real with you. I think
I
Gainwell
don't
might be
know.
better than Miles
I
Sanders,
might agree with
honestly.
so much of the trust fact. I will say he's not used, and you can say that maybe some of the trust is why he's not been used. But I don't even think that. I just think that they had their mindset on being a passing team when they
Yeah.
came over here.
Well,
And then like
that's going to affect Miles Sanders too.
Dougie
A
P
lot
wanted to
of
be a
Miles
passing
Sanders
team
is the
too.
guy that's going to get the main carries then. But you got to understand, we're also not a one running back. We're a running back committee, right? So Miles Sanders is not going to get all these touches because we are all about giving these different running backs, the ball. So if Miles Sanders wants
But I
these
think he
touches,
noticed
we
at
need
the
to
end
go
of the
somewhere
season,
like
like
New England
the biggest
or
shot
somewhere
I
like
think
that.
the big shot I think Nick noticed at the end of the season last year though was when Miles Sanders came back. Remember, that's when everybody was on the whole Jordan Howard train. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, we got our running back. We don't need Miles. And
I
Miles
like Jordan
Sanders
Howard better than Miles Sanders. I ain't gonna lie to you.
quickly showed you why he was better. Like, and I think Nick realized that because from that point on, he started giving the ball more to Miles Sanders, but it was only for another game, and then Miles got hurt again. So I think
All
I
I
right.
think
think
Jordan Howard over Miles
first
Sanders.
game back, I think it said that Howard had more carries, but Miles had like way more yards. It's just like he's a more explosive running back. Like you can't hate on his
I think Jordan Howard
explosion.
gets the job way better. Jordan Howard gets the job done way
Jordan
better than Miles
Howard's
Sanders.
out 6 games from a stinger 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Let me put
but you
some
gotta understand,
perspective
but you
here.
gotta understand when Jordan Howard was in the game, we were running the balls with no problem. We were getting these yards. When Miles Sanders in the game, I think it makes our offense step back a little bit. And honestly, Miles Sanders is bad. I don't think he fits our system. I always say I think Jordan Howard and Boston Scott fit more of what we were doing than Miles Sanders does as a running back. I've been saying I'd rather see Jordan Howard and Boston Scott and Gainwell over Miles Sanders. I don't think Miles Sanders fits Nick Sirianni's system, and I've been saying all along. I think he needs to go somewhere that fits what he does. Miles Sanders is a good running back,
I
but
think
I
he
just
does.
don't
I just
think.
think it took Nick a long time to figure out what
I don't know
system
if
he
Nick
needed to
Sirianni
run
believes in Miles
with
Sanders.
this
I don't think
offense.
he fits Nick Sirianni's
I
system.
think
I think that Nick Sirianni is all about like. I think he loves these run extra bruisers. I think he likes a guy like Gainwell that can catch out the backfield, that explosive, that could do so many ways.
I
Miles
think he
Sanders
just likes
struggled.
good football players at the end of the day.
Well,
I
let me.
think he,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think he liked good football players at the end of the day. And at that time, he wasn't even sure what he was doing. You know, I
Yeah,
think he was confused about what kind of team he actually had. And then once he figured it out, I think Miles Sanders moving forward, he even said, it's easier when Jalen Hurts is in there. We had a game without Jalen in there that, he didn't do as good as he normally would. But with Jalen Hurts being that guy and like having more weapons on the team, I think Miles Sanders this should be the easiest season for him to have big numbers without having to worry about that many carries.
But what makes you think that they won't give those touches to Gainwell again?
Well, let me put this into a little thing. All right. First off,
I can't even get past the divisional
say,
number.
say Miles Sanders plays all 17 games this year, and he only gets 890 yards and 4 touchdowns. All right. To me, in this type of offense that we have, that's actually pretty respectable. I
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting 1,000-yard halfback with our type of offense. I don't think you're going to because of how it's built, because how it's the quick passes, how it's yards after catch, stuff like that. It would take somebody truly special to get 1,000 yards in this offense because we're planning on passing more. So I think the yards average out to around 800, 900 yards a season as a halfback, and I'm okay with that. Because that's doing his part, that's doing his role.
Like
I don't.
what was Blunt
If you want to be real last year,
Ajayi's
Miles Sanders
stats?
could have more
What
yards
was
if he
Blunt
just took the
Ajayi's
hold.
stats the year we won the Super Bowl? You
Because
see that?
if you look at this offensive line was getting fed up even with Miles Sanders running. Let's be real. When you saw the offensive line, the way they were opening holes for Miles Sanders, some of these offensive line was getting fed up because, like, dude, like, I saw games where the holes were literally wide open, and Miles Sanders would cut it for no reason. Like the holes were literally wide open. Like you could fit, I could run through those holes. How those holes were literally open just perfectly, and Gamer was able to see them and shoot through it. So to sit there and say that Miles Sanders really did not, I mean, Miles Sanders had opportunities to get huge chunk of yards. He was just cutting through. He does too. Like I said, I think it's all in his. I think he's like Jalen Rager a lot and Nelson Howard.
Let's go. Let's
I
go
think
with
it's
this.
all in
Listen,
his head.
Well,
If he just
remember,
relaxed and sees the holes, it could be a lot better. And that's just my opinion. That's why I said I think he regressed from his 16 year.
look at these
I mean,
stats,
his
guys.
19 year.
The Super Bowl year, right? The year we won Super Bowl in 2017. Garrett Blount was our leading rusher. He had 173 carries for 766 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Clement had 74 for 321. Ajayi had 70 for 408. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The offense isn't built to be 1,000-yard rushers. It's built to withstand the pressure of a defense to the point where you keep them honest. It's not meant to be what we were last year. We adjusted to what we needed to be because that's what our strong suit was.
Mhm.
But now that's not the strong suit anymore. The strong suit is now passing the football, which means that's going to cut down on the run attempts. And what limited run attempts are there? If Jalen chooses to keep it, that's even cutting into it more. So you got to give it to the respect of around 800 to 900 yards and be okay with that. You don't need 1,000-yard rusher to be successful. Like let's just
yeah, that's offense. Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot of running game in week one. I'm going to tell you why. Because teams are going to expect us to pass. If I'm Nick Sonney, I'm running the football. Because I don't know if you're going to pass when teams are going to going to try to prepare to stop. Because let's be real, I think we're going to try to throw some temps to A.J. Brown. But you want to get this defense honest, right? You don't want to show your cards. You don't want to show your hand, right? You want to be honest. You want to make them think, okay, you're passing, well, I'm running. You don't want them to know what you're exactly going to do. So, like, if I'm Nick Sonney week one, I'm running the football. Get that defense tired. And then, maybe, in the second half or late or even the first, I'll throw it. I'm still going to go deep. Maybe I'll throw a bomb the first half. But I'm going to stick with the running game because the running game always tires out of defense, and that's why I say, like, I think I now believe we need a bruiser because Miles Sanders, we've seen he's not a guy that you
I
can
don't think we
really
need a bruiser no more, man.
No, I think we do.
We've
We've seen Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is not a friend. Is not
we
a
got the right
bruiser.
kind of back for our roster.
I mean, do you really know what the Oklahoma running back is? Do you really know what he is?
4 touchdowns.
The Boston Scott's not a bruiser. We need that. We need that Jordan Howard type running back. We saw what Miles Sanders was when he was the guy. It didn't work out. And that's why I said we need either.
I don't know. He still had like almost 800 yards. It's not saying that it didn't work out.
Yeah, but Miles Sanders is not a guy that's going to tire at the defense. He's a guy that can dash through defense when they're tired. That's what I said. I think you need a guy like a Jordan Howard. Like, I like the Oklahoma running back. If he works out, beautifully. But if, let's say, for example, sometimes undrafted running backs don't pan out. We thought Josh Adams, undrafted running back was going to be something. He was all right, but I think the Oklahoma running back is going to be, I like that Oklahoma running back. But like I said, if Damon Harris is available, I'm going to make a call, because I think he would very much help that running back room.
Levante Murray, honestly, I can't believe he's still a free agent. I wouldn't mind picking him up. He's always done good behind good running backs.
I like Latavius Murray. Yeah, Latavius Murray would be good.
I'll pick up AP for a year too.
I'm all for seeing that undrafted running back. I really think that guy's going to be special. But I like Damon Harris, bro. I like him out of Alabama, bro, and I really wanted him. He's my second choice. Other than I liked Miles Sanders coming out. I was one of those guys that wanted him. No, but I like Damien Harris too. No,
Yeah,
but I like that Jackson too.
Miles this year. Use him for the last year of his contract. Let him walk and take Bijan Robinson in the draft. That's how
I
I'm.
just think we do like we did Hurts last year. Put him to the test. All right. We know we can run the ball. We got the line to do it. Can you handle the load for your last shot? And if Miles handles the load, you know, he becomes a 1,300-yard rusher, 10 touchdowns, the type of running back we've all been waiting for him to see, then we re-sign him. You know, because people keep talking
I'm
about
not
money.
saying
And we're gonna have enough money. Like
I'm not
how we got
saying
8 million right now, and every year moving forward is gonna be like extra 25 million. So
I
instead of
think
re-signing
the
him
only
now,
only time I'm going to sign Miles Sanders if he takes less money. I'm not signing him to a big deal. I'm not paying a running back high money. I don't care how productive he is.
Well,
He's like a $1 Miles Sanders in the draft.
it doesn't mean
No?
you're sending him to a big deal. He might understand the situation and
take a
stuff.
nice deal.
Yeah, and he might take a team friendly deal, and if so, that's fine. But no matter what they do, bro, even if they decide to sign him back, dude, I'm still picking up a halfback in this draft.
I gotta look at that running back that you mentioned because, like I said, I think I
Man,
know who
we
you're
are
talking about.
2 hours and 30 minutes in. Shout out to everybody still in here. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe. You
Well,
know
I'm
what I'm
only
saying? We got AK Eagles in the building. Go hit him up, subscribe to him. Eagles champ. Hit him up, subscribe to him. BGN.
If
All
you
of them.
want, I mean, I'm
All
not
the links
asking you. You can if you want.
are in the chats. And yeah, tomorrow it starts, man. The season has started, training camp's here, and we definitely gonna be pumping out content every day, trying to give
Well,
you
I'm
the
gonna be
best
at work, so
Peace
Eagles
out.
content.
but I'm gonna be back. Afterwards.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Later, guys. Yeah, giving the best Eagles content and just the best content in general out here, man. BGN's growing. We got a lot of new faces coming this season, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, let's have some fun. The Eagles will be great. Mark that down, write it down, and put it in your books, clip it, whatever you want to do, because I think this is going to be a very special year for our birds. And like I always say at the end of my videos, fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time, this BG31, and I'm out. Peace.